Hey,
Hey.
everybody. We are back. We're not on Mondays anymore. We had to move our truck to Saturdays.
Yep. So
Oh
what are
my
we
God.
now? Mom juice making me crazy?
Mom juice making me crazy. We still got our mom juice.
Yes.
I
We
got
do.
I got mine tonight. Not going heavy because we got that special guest.
I know, right? I had to behave.
Super, super, super excited. My sister locked it down, so
I did.
you
I did. I
did.
begged. I
You
begged.
did. You
No.
begged for this one. I don't think you had to beg too hard.
No.
He's pretty awesome, and you guys are pretty good friends. So
Yep.
I am super happy that you got this one down. Let's go ahead and bring him out because I don't want to keep. I am not the one that wants to keep Billy. I don't want to keep Billy backstage.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and bring Billy on out. He needs no introduction.
MC
How,
Big
how is
Boss.
everyone? Yep, that's me.
Billy, we
Welcome.
are so honored that you are on our show. We are so excited, and I can't say enough about how excited we are. When Angie told me, and I call her my sister, when she
Yep.
told me, I don't think that we screamed loud enough.
No.
That they probably heard us states away.
Yes. I was like, oh my God, guess what? So
Well,
no.
it's the least I could do, since you guys had Monday and fucking this guy comes back. It's like, really? He has to come back now and fucking ruin our Mondays. So,
No,
the least I could do is show up and support,
we were happy. And you're
we
our,
were
like
happy
you
you
said,
came
you're our
back.
kickoff. So you're our first mom juice making me crazy. So
Yeah, we were
Awesome.
super happy you were back. So,
Yep.
super happy we get to pick your brain a little bit too. So,
Sure.
All right, sis, you got some questions. We need to say hi to some people. Sammy's in, John is in, Kevin's in, Ken is in.
Yes. We've
God,
got
Hugh.
Yep. Who else?
You know my eyesight is like
I know I'm scrolling.
horrible.
That's why I had to get the glasses, man, because it's like, you're squinting and like,
I'm in
after a
denial.
while, you're sort of like your head hurts and you're like, oh,
I
why am
know.
I doing this to myself?
I'm looking over there, and I know that you and I are turning the same age in April, Billy. So
No.
I gotta bust down and get the glasses.
Look, Ashley's in too. We got our sister Ashley.
My
from
sister
Sweden.
Ashley's
Yep.
in. 217 or is it 217?
Well, same, right?
I don't want to, mispronounce. Darlene's in. Melinda from Cuddle Time. Serpentine.
Got Eric B in here. Kara Shea. Oh, look, there's trouble. Will's hella heat.
Will's.
Oh, Will, of course, Will's
Will's
in.
Gerald's in.
Yes.
Old Men, Pies and Clowns. Thomas is in. Patrick's in. God, we've got
I know,
they
the
all
whole
came to see
family.
Billy. They didn't come to see us. PCF.
No, but you want me to kick it off?
You can kick it off. Right. Holly's in. Elite's in. Karashay. God.
All right.
I know I'm going to miss people. So, sis, if you see somebody, Kyle's in. He was working hard today. So.
No, I'll have to. Earl does. And Holly.
Maybe.
Earl makes him work hard. So.
Well, Ashley had him doing it today.
So. Oh, Ashley was doing it. All right. So I'm sure you've told the story a million times for people that don't know. What got you started in this industry, Billy?
Well, I was actually doing fish.
Okay.
So I was actually, saltwater tanks and reef tanks. And this is probably 30 plus years ago. And one night I went in, so I'm, doing that, as my hobby, and very expensive hobby also. I'll just let you know, it's very, but you had to learn a lot and you were always constantly doing things. So it was good for me. And then one day I just went to the store, which was called Big Al's Aquarium. And I went in there and of course it was busy. And it's like, hey, look around. So you look around the fish And, you know, you can only look at certain fish so many times. And it's like, oh, you know what? You know, he's still going to be busy. So let me walk around the rest of Big Al's. And then sure enough, there's a reptile department. And then I walk over, there's this big tank. And I'm like, holy shit, look at the size of that snake. And it was just like a large normal snake, like an adult normal.
Oh, wow.
And I forget what I paid for it, but I paid way more for the 4x2 or, you know, 4x18 and the lights and the background and the logs. And I don't know what I ended up leaving that store with, but it was a hell of a lot more than I thought I wanted to spend. And I ended up taking home a normal ball python. And, you know, it had ticks and it had mites. So I had to go, you know, get those off and learn all about that, and couldn't get this stupid thing to eat. And I guess, I don't know, 5 months later, this thing just died. So, of course, you know, I go back to get another one because I spent so much money on this aquarium and all the stuff. And Buddy's like, hey, man, you know what? You know, if you're going to go get something, go to a specialty, you know, reptile store. I'm like, those exist? Like, what do you mean a specialty reptile store? And here it was called Port Credit Pets. And he said it's over in Mississauga, where I was from. And it's just a little tiny little, you know, sort of place off the side of Mississauga called Port Credit. And he goes, don't get them here because ours are all wild caught, and go to this place. And when I went to this place, I was just walking in the door and I'm like, holy shit, you know, spiders, scorpions, all these different types of, you know, crazy bugs. They had bearded dragons, all these types of lizards, chameleons, you name it, they had it. And they had like all types of different snakes, like corn snakes and king snakes and boas. And I was just like, oh my God. So of course I started getting a little bit of everything. And I did that for a while. And then I just, I don't know what it was, because even the ball pythons, we didn't have the spider morph or the pastel, anything. I just like the look and the feel of ball pythons. I had a lot of corn and king snakes because of the colors, and they were really awesome. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, but they're just not the same. And at that point, boas were just those scared the shit out of me back then.
Really?
You know? They were just too big in the head. And, you know, so I ended up, you know, I'm very comfortable with the ball python, and I started working with those, and then slowly getting rid of everything else. And, you know, here I am. So.
Wow.
We're excited that you are.
Yeah, exactly.
We are very excited that you are. I know that every day probably is very different, but what does a typical day for you and your team look like?
Well, we're trying to stick to a schedule where all of us, you know, everyone has their own sort of rooms, and everybody has their own sort of responsibility in that room. And depending on the day, I think the craziest days for us is feeding day. Feeding day with, you know, a couple thousand animals. It's a lot. And, you know, it's just feeding. You know, you got to go back, make sure they ate. If they didn't eat, you got to take them out. You got to make the clip. You know, we track everything on Husbandry Pro. So it's a lot of work. We try to get at least a video or two done every day, depending. I'm doing some stuff where we're taking a lot of shots because I'm trying to create something later on down the road. And, you know, we have our Mondays, we do our videos, you know, Wednesdays, Fridays, we're trying to do other stuff. But I guess the typical day is, you know, we all show up. Everyone shows up at a different time. You know, we have our breakfast, so we all cook our breakfast there. So everyone's doing bacon and eggs. So it depends when you get there. You walk in, it's like, oh my God, it smells like bacon and eggs. Or so, you know, we're all cooking our breakfasts and our coffee. So we got 2 different types of coffee machines, and it's just like, I don't know. I think people show up to just eat, not even to work, but just to show up to eat. But yeah, it's everyone's skilled in the kitchen pretty much. You know what I mean? It's pretty badass. You know, at least the team MC guys can cook. You know what I mean? So we do a breakfast. First thing that the guys usually do is they go in, check for eggs, especially now. So they'll go in and check for eggs. So, it's the first thing I usually ask. So as soon as I walk in, Austin's like, no eggs, like, because he already knows I'm going to ask. So, that's usually the first thing that gets done. And then everyone just does their rooms. I try to attack some of the emails and stuff. I make some calls. I'm usually on the phone quite a bit. The team does their own thing. So they sort of know if there's any issues, they bring it to my attention. But it's pretty much, there's always something to do. It's not like we're bored wondering what to do. So there's always something, and it's always different, so.
Cool.
Well, and you've got the social media, Georgia, right?
Georgia, yeah, she handles social media now. It's been great. It's been almost a year and 3 or 4 months, and it's been really good because it's taken a lot off my plate. Because that was one thing. Because social media is big. You got to spend time on social media to do it right.
Right.
But you can't take that time away from your animals. Like that's, I see people spending more time on social media than their animals or learning about the animals and about the process of breeding and stuff like that. And I understand it's overwhelming and it can consume you, but it's something that's definitely need to be done, especially at my level, where, I've been posting, daily for a long time. And then when I got my account hacked, it was just like, wow, and it sucks that I got a lot of memories. Thank God I uploaded them to the cloud because there's a lot of old memories and stuff and in my past and things that I've created and done and visited and seen. At least I still have that. But it was nice to have the timestamp and documented where you could go through and other people could look through on my Instagram.
Right.
I might start getting Georgia to start doing like a throwback Thursday like I do on Patreon and sort of add stuff. So, you can see stuff from my past that, I had like 3 years or 4 years of posting all deleted. So, but having her on the team, it's great because she's added more stuff to my platform. Not just snakes. And if you think about it, most people, snakes, racks, feeding, unboxing at an expo with people. That's about it. It's always the same. And she's added a little flair, like throwing some of the stuff like, hey, just some stuff that she'll put up, interactive stuff, positive quotes, resharing. I used to do that too, share other people's stuff. That's really great. But she's also did stuff behind the scenes. Like look at the team, look at some of the stuff that we're doing besides just snakes, cool little photos and stuff like that. Meet the team.
Oh, yeah. I like the motivational Mondays. Those are cool.
Yeah.
And then what is it? The pick of the week that gets done.
Oh, yeah.
Those are awesome to see that.
I love the pick of the week.
Yep.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like shouting out people and stuff, and a lot of people always message me. It's like, hey, can I send this in for pick of the week? And I don't. So one thing, pick of the week to me is something where Austin will pick his stuff. It's always Ultramel, of course, or something that works well with Ultramel. It's his pick, right? It's his taste, his wants. Same thing with myself, Lion, Cat back in the day, and Alex now. It doesn't have to be the most expensive, but we want to pick it by going through social media. I don't want to have people send it to me and then I have to choose. I want to be, if I can't see it on my feed, then you're not posting it enough or you're not working hard enough to have it posted. That's sort of what I'm, what I'm trying to do. Like, but then again too, it's when I look, because it's not like I'm sitting there just, let's keep looking. Like, I'll spend an hour or two if I see something. Wow, that's I'm going to put that in to pick of the week. And usually I submit 2 or 3 of them, and then I got to choose of that day. But that's what I like about it, because if I can see it on social media and say, wow, that is incredible, I love it, so can everybody else. And that's the thing about social media. if you're not on it, people aren't noticing what you're doing, what you bought, what you're creating, what you're working on, and you need that. You really do. But do not put social media ahead of learning. Your animals. It's just it's a key part of it, but it's probably the least. But it is key. It's just animals and stuff, and just if you're going to spend all your time on social media and not learn or do something or figure out something what's going on, and I use social media as a tool. I can tell you who's great at this and who has that, and you can see people up and coming because I remember them 2 years ago because I follow them.
Yep.
Like, wow, and then look at the new racks coming. Good for you. Like, look at the expansion. Fucking good for you. We're actually building a building now in the back. Fucking good for you. They're doing something well and great, and because of that, they can do that, and they feel comfortable doing that. So I get to enjoy them and like, wow, that's amazing for them. Fucking right, because I know how hard it was to get here. And it's still not easy. It's hard still at where I'm at. I got to keep being on top, and we got to really do well. So being on social media and seeing people doing this, it's amazing. Like it's great because I know the feeling that they have because I have it almost daily.
Oh yeah. Yep. Do you have another one or?
No, I was just glad he said that because I sometimes Jeffrey gets to where he's just like, I just want to be done with social media. I just want to be done. I just want to focus on, our projects and breeding and doing this. And I'm like, but it's so important. It's so important for us to be on there and for us to get our face out there and show what we're doing so people know what we're doing. We honestly, and that's how we build our friendships, and that's how we build our face in the community, and that's how they know what we're doing. How are they going to know what we're doing if we don't put our face out there for them to see? And he's like, I just get so tired. And I'm like,
I also think social media is good because, I get so many messages and emails. People going, hi, I've been doing this for a year or so. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere, blah, blah, blah. It's hard if you're not in the community or you don't have a good group of people around you. What it does is if you're posting on social media, you can see your numbers grow, your followers grow. Like when you hit that 500 milestone, then 1,000. Oh my God, it's something you're happy. Then how I'm going to do a giveaway. Like it's something that sort of sees your momentum. It's not like, imagine doing social media and doing all that, all the stuff you do, and you're always at 50 forever. You'd be like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, this sucks. Holy fuck, I don't want to do this. Like, It gives you some sort of, achievement, and you feel good about it because, the harder you work at social media, the better the pictures, the more you post, the more, consistent you are. And when you're sharing other people's stuff, other people will shout you out. It gets you into a community. And I think that's something that's key,
Oh, yeah. I think it helps, too, when you have a team or someone to help do it because, like, Jim does better at the social media than I do. And he stays up on posting things. I'm scatterbrained and my ADHD gets in the way. I mean, y'all know. So I'm like, I have the best intentions, but my brain goes 50 different ways. So Jim reels that in. So it brings it in. But so
I do a little of it all.
Oh,
I clean rat tubs. I clean snake tubs. I help breed. And I do the social media, so I do a lot of all of it.
So stop.
Yeah, and you know what? It is something that you should do all of it. You really should. But there's obviously things in higher priority, and that's the thing. Time management for me for the last year has been really something that I struggled with because it's like I probably still have about 100, 200 animals that I haven't even posted. I don't have time. There's so much other stuff. Hey, Miranda.
Hi, Billy.
How you doing?
Good.
She hear her coming down the steps. She goes, oh, can I say hi? I'm like, yes.
Billy.
Yeah, it is me. But
It is.
I think that it's good that being a ball python breeder, especially if you want to take it to a bigger hobby, to a small or a large business, you've got to be great at everything. And that's the thing. Like, you're not going to turn this into a business in a few years. It's going to take you a while, especially if you do things right. And it gives you a lot of time to know how to do social media, how to take pictures, how to learn and keep learning and doing stuff and managing everything, answering emails, messaging back, doing lives if you need to, or YouTube or anything like that. That's a lot of fucking work. And and thank God I have a team that helps me. Like, without my team, I wouldn't be able to do as many videos because I'd have to concentrate on other things. I wouldn't be able to do Patreon. I wouldn't be able to do a lot of stuff. And now that I've sort of, my social media is taken over by Georgia, now I can sort of, I got more time. But it doesn't give me more free time to do nothing. I'm doing other shit. I think I'm busier now without doing all this stuff. If I don't have this to do, what am I going to find myself doing? So I'm always doing a bunch of different things. But I'm always learning. I'm always trying to do new things. We're changing a lot of stuff. We've been a lot more efficient over the last, say, 6 months. That I think this year, because of all the changes and efficiency, we're going to have record number year.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow.
So speaking of the NC team, how did Austin come to be?
Yeah, you. There you
Can
go.
you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, now you're really loud.
Am I really loud now? This stupid thing. Technology sucks. How did Austin come to be?
So Austin actually, he was, I think, maybe a year before he was breeding. He had some ball pythons and some boas, and he came to me as a customer. And his first animal, he bought a proven breeder, Super Blade Enchi Clown, I think, or is it a Super Enchi Blade Clown, something like that. But it was a pretty expensive animal. He came and bought it, and when he came to the facility, like always, I showed people, I show people around, and he's like, "Oh my God, this is awesome!" And I wasn't even doing like major YouTube videos then. So when he was around, he was looking. He's like, "Wow, this is crazy." He goes, "If you ever need a hand, or if you ever need help, even part time, let me know." And I'm like, "Yeah, I will." And then I saw him again at a show, and I'm like, "Hey, man, remember you asked if you wanted to help out? You still interested?" He said, "Oh, fuck yeah, that'd be awesome." So he started working, I think, on the weekends with me, and then I don't know how long he was doing that for, but he was doing that for a while. And the person that I had working, 3-4 times wanted full time, and at the time I just couldn't. I'm like, "Listen, there's not full time enough work between with myself and you, and then Austin on the weekends, and in next year I know, because I can see my expansion. I always predict and forecast where I want to go and what I want to do. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to need this, because this is what I'm going to have. If I'm going to shoot for 100 clutches, I know I'm going to have 600 babies and this and that, and, so if you can wait." She left, and then Austin's like, "Hey, if I can come in and take over, I will." And I'm like, "Dude, you're in school, you're becoming a firefighter. Why don't you have your mom call me instead of just quitting?" Because the last thing I want is someone calling me going, "My fucking son quit school to work for us, right there. What the fuck?" Like, last thing I wanted. So that worked out well, and he's on his 7th year with me.
Wow. That's crazy. How old is he? He's in his 20s, I think.
Yeah, it's on her side.
Is it on me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it on me?
No, it's on Angie.
Is it?
Because I think some people are saying it's on my side. I can always take these off.
We'll see. You ready? Okay, Billy, is there one combination that you're working with that you think has like endless potential?
A new gene or a gene that's already out there?
Well, either one.
Okay, I'm gonna do this too. Ready? Just cause. So audio. So if I do this and I do. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Should be much clearer. Hopefully.
Which year is this, right?
Okay, echo's gone.
Echo should be gone. So it's probably my friggin' earpods, iPod things, fucking $800 earphones, and they fucking echo. Come on, Apple, do better. Jesus,
Am I echoing still?
probably.
It's probably am.
So that echo's gone. So the question was, what? Repeat it one more time, Angie.
Oh, sure. What one combination that you think has endless potential?
Genetic or combination?
What combination do you think?
Well, there's it's hard to say because there's unlimitless. You know, we can't even make everything that's possible, and all the new genetics that are coming in. I mean, it's crazy. I think like piebald. One of the reasons why piebald hasn't doesn't get as much love as it should. It does because of the looks and what's being done. But I mean, you're limited on what you can pair with it. Like you can't really do bells. Lesser and butter pieds are all white and sort of like small eyes and stuff like that. Champagne is an all white snake. Spot nose, all white snake. Your black pastel and cinnamons are very, it's like just usually the head, depending on whose line you're using. Spider, you're very limited on what you can add in to pied. Where clown, you can throw anything at a fucking clown, and it just comes out with something. Something's not as good as others, but that's why you keep playing and chasing different combinations to take some stuff away and add stuff, and just we keep doing that. And I love Enhancer and DG. It just basically takes everything that we've made that's incredible and makes it even better, especially into adulthood. I like to see stuff like, labs coming back a little, with some of the stuff that Justin and other people have done. There's just so much. Like even myself with Freeway, I've been with Freeways now since 2009, so I'm going on my 14th year with Freeway. And now I'm, elevated into Freeway clown pieds and Freeway clowns, Freeway pieds. I want to do super asphalt versions of that as well. I've seen some amazing, people make some amazing animals that in Freeway that I haven't, done yet. But the sky's the limit in almost any gene, I think that the enhancer and the DG stuff. I think if we can take every amazing animal that we've seen and just blown our minds and add that, it's just going to blow our minds even more. So that's something where I think is even more endless because if there's so many combinations, just adding DG to all those just doubles that.
Yep.
Just crazy. So, and unfortunately, I'll never see all these fucking incredible animals and combinations. I've seen, I've been there since day one, and I've seen so many amazing things. And it's just, it's crazy how far it's come and where it's going, and people think, we can't do this. We can't keep elevating what we're doing. Well, we've been proving you wrong year after year after year. There's no limit. It's just your creativity and how much time and effort you want to put in and how much desire you have and, where you want to take your collection and your animals. And that's the thing. It's just like, if everyone's chasing everybody else's stuff, well, what are you creating? You're creating the same shit that everyone else has been doing. That's why I like having some of my own projects and I'm doing my own thing with it. And, it might not work out for everybody, but guess what? It's definitely something I'm proud of. And, I like making, things that are world's first or things that I don't have, or cut an egg and go, I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's something cool, and then it comes out and it's like, holy shit, that is a, freeway clown pie. Holy shit. I mean, it's just amazing, right? And I don't even have anything to compare it to because it's probably one of the first in the world. So it's great, and it's gonna go on my shelf and grow up, and I can appreciate her. And it's a him actually, so he's definitely not going anywhere. And then I get to create more amazing stuff in the future with his genes and other genetics. So I could stay in that project just for 5 years alone and never create fucking anything and not work on anything else. That's why people are so, they want to get a bunch of the new stuff. I want to get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Why don't you just stick all your resources into one project or 2 or 3 and build them up and watch where it takes you?
You can spread, because hopefully his echo's not bad, but you coached us because you've been mentoring Miranda, and we were buying things for eye candy, and we've narrowed it down, and we have our, I'll call them swim lanes of our projects, and xanthic and clown and pied, and you can, I mean, the possibilities are endless when you pick and you focus on those projects.
Like I remember when I first gave you guys the homework.
Yes.
Said, no, these are great pairings, but let me talk to you about this and this and this. And then you came back and I'm like, holy fuck, that's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, you're making shit that you can't buy on Morph Market right now. Yeah. But yes, it's for stuff that you're holding back. So if people want to do this and make money year after year, you can't do long-term projects because you're not focused on that. You need to put clowns to clowns and pied to pied and make stuff and get it in the market with all the other people doing the same shit. But don't complain when 2-3 years down the road, people are making amazing shit and you're left way far behind. You weren't left far behind. You put yourself behind. Yeah. So, I hardly ever put visuals to visuals. And if you do, it's for a purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm making, I put all my double visuals to double visuals last year. So I made a bunch of combo quads.
That's so cool.
And I could have made bank. I could have made some stuff. And oh my God, double recessive combos here. And I could have done super well. But you know what? Okay, I'm making money now, but I'm not going to have these animals that I have now in my racks in 3 years breeding.
Right.
And something that always blew my mind, Justin, Ozzy, I'll give a shout out to Levance from Straight Fire. They're producing some fucking incredible animals. But you know what blows me away? Not the shit they're producing, the fucking females that are on eggs. Like Levance had a picture. I don't know what it was, so don't hold me to it. But I'm sitting there and he posted a picture of some female on eggs. And I'm like, fuck, what the hell? It was like, pastel leopard, orange dream, Enchi pied clown, het BG, het something. I'm like, how the fuck does he even have that animal?
Exactly.
I might be able to make that animal in a year or 2 as a hatchling. He's kind of giving him eggs today. Yeah. Wow, that blew me away. And the only way he could have had that animal on eggs is if he made it 2-3 years ago.
Yep.
So, and he was sitting on it.
Everyone's making the same shit. Oh, look at my pied on eggs. So I can look up 400 people and show you pictures of pieds on eggs. Oh, look at my passed out clown on eggs. I can show you 400 people that have passed out clown on eggs. Have some of the shit that these guys are doing. Like, how the fuck do you have that on eggs? I can't even make that animal for a few years. Like, that's the thing that really spun me around years ago. It's like, you know what? It's not what the fuck you're making. It's what the fuck you have making it. Like, and that's where it's like, wow, crank up the tunes, bring everything in, hold it back, look where the future brings me. And you know what? Every year, my production numbers, my animals, genetics, the monetary value of them, the stuff I get to make to hold back in my collection that's better than what I have now. And every 2 years or every year now, I have a, basically, I guess what you call a mature collection, because every year I have, hundreds of clutches. I'm just trying to make those hundreds of clutches now better than the year before and then get the year after. And the only way to do that is by upgrading the animal.
Yep.
So, but you look at some of the animals that are on eggs, like even, Justin posted a pic maybe about 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, look how great this guy's looking. Desert Ghost Clown Pied, 100% head hypo. Holy shit! Like it's a triple visual head. Like wow! Like mind blowing. And the thing is that was a thought in the people's heads that have these animals like 2-3 years ago. You know what I'm going to do this year? I'm going to make one of these and I'm going to hold it back, and eventually I'm going to feed it to this stuff because I'm holding this stuff back. That's the mindset you have to have. You really do.
Absolutely. I agree.
It's crazy the stuff that you can see and produce, and then I can only imagine when they show it and reveal it, when they've had it back and then it's just the excitement. I would be jumping up and down. I think it's like when you
even
freeway clown,
setting yourself up for better numbers. Like I had to chase 1 in 16s way back in the day, to make double recessives. We didn't have visuals to buy, and if you did, they were like super expensive. So I'm used to chasing 1 in 16, and now I can do 1 in 8s, 1 in 4s, 1 in 2s, and then it's great to chase a 1 in 16, but it's better to hit a 1 in 2. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Like there's some stuff like I wish there was a monsoon tide male available for sale because I'd buy it. No, we're all, there's people out there trying to, make it. And, when I do, I have a lot of chances with a lot of combos. So I set myself up to be strong in that. But, there's stuff that you have to buy and you have to put the time in and chase the odds because you cannot get it any other way.
Right.
You can't just ask for it and it shows up. It's not that easy.
No.
And if it was, we wouldn't be here because it'd be boring as fuck. Look what I made. Oh, I bought 4 of them. So shut the fuck up. That's how it would be. You know what I mean? Like, and there'd be people out there where, hey, look what I made. Oh fuck. Oh yeah, you made that? 2 days later, look what I just bought 4 of them. Like, fuck you, guy who made it. Like, that's how this industry would be. It would be fucking horrible. So it's great, and it's that feeling of putting all that effort and time and work into it, and then 2-3 years later, having that oh my god, I actually hit it. Or not even if you don't hit it, you still you're excited to have that opportunity to possibly hit a 1 in 16 out of the clutch, and you're like, oh my god, did I hit it? Oh my god, like it's an amazing feeling. And you know what? It'll never change. I've done it thousands and thousands of times. That feeling's never gonna go away.
Oh yeah, we hit with our clutch last year. We hit the possible all gener, and it was pretty exciting. It was like, wow, this is awesome. So it was very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. But so you got another one, Ange, or you want?
You can go ahead. I just every time Billy and Austin cut eggs and Billy gets so excited, the joy on his face just. I mean,
it never gets old.
Christmas at Billy's every single time he cuts, and it's just awesome to watch. Okay, go ahead.
We're excited. We look to see. I've actually sort of slowed down a little on like cutting as much. I'm trying to wait a little longer. Austin's like, "Hey man, they can be cut," and I look and I'm like, yeah, but let's give them another day. No, let's just cut them today. I'm like, no, let's wait another day or two, bud. So before it was like, yeah.
Right.
So it's something where even knowing that, we go to the incubator and just make sure like, oh my God, we can cut in a day or two. It's exciting. It's just, just getting the, from getting the pairing, the clutch, putting them in, making know that we can cut them soon, and then actually being able to cut them. It's I don't know. It's like an adrenaline rush,
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy. It's fun because I can never get, if people think, maybe I'll get bored of it. I don't know how. I mean, if anyone would have been bored with it, it would have been me a long time ago. It's definitely not boring for me.
Right.
So
As I said, I never want to lose that aspect of it. I always want to have the joy that Billy has every time I cut, because
Yep.
I said that to me, it's just like Christmas, and I want to have that joy every time I do it because it's so much joy when you do it.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
Now imagine, okay, you have long-term projects. So imagine 2 years ago, you put in the work. You took a say like a clown and a pied. You bred them and got double heads. Then you hold those, the triple heads back or the double heads back. And then the following year, you either make or you buy a clown pied or whatever, you have. And then, you put in the work for another year, get them the size, and then you breed them. It's like, man, I have a chance of hitting a fucking clown pied, or what the gene, I remember doing this 3 years ago in my head, and now it's fucking here, and whether you hit it or not, it's still like, oh my God, there's next year, and I got some other stuff for next year. I'll have more chances at it. It's just amazing. Like, and another thing I find awesome is, we just ultrasounded 210 females in the whole back room, and 35 of them. I thought there was 29. There were 6 others. 35 females are over 11 mil. So we moved them all into the adult room this week, and they're going to get paired Monday. So a lot of those females, I would say 32 out of the 35 are animals that I hatched. So that's another thing. It's like, oh my God, I remember hatching you. Oh my God, now you're gonna, and then when I see them on eggs, it's like, Jesus, like, you came from an egg here 3 years ago and now you're on eggs. Like, it's another cool feeling and aspect that, it's almost sentimental, and it's really cool because you remember hatching it. Like the leopard monsoon. Remember that? I did the Billy fucking dance. Yeah, purring right now. Like, she's got her second lock in. She's going to be sitting on eggs in probably 3 months from now. It's just amazing, right? Like, I hatched that world's first. It really took the the idea that I could possibly have het monsoon. Even though I had the visual animal, but that was proof. That was like, wow. And now she's basically breeding. And I'm not even making monsoons with her, just to let people know how I think and how you should be thinking. I have a leopard monsoon. I could breed to a monsoon or a combo. I got like 4 or 5 gene het monsoons. I could make tons more monsoons. But I'm going to be doing that with my double hets and my hets and my other stuff. So I don't want to make a whole bunch. I ended up pairing that leopard monsoon female to a hypo ultra male pied. So I'm making leopard quad hets and quad hets. None of them are going to be for sale. Right. For 3 years down the road or 2 years down, my future. Because I don't know how many people will even have that type of animals in their collection. Like, and if they are, they're top breeders that have those type of animals that have the same mentality and mindset. Like, hey, let's not breed for today. Let's breed for years down the road.
Right.
And, I could be breeding it to monsoon and making monsoons and doing phenomenally well. But 3 years ago, fuck, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. Why did I have to cash in early? Oh, I'd be sitting pretty right now. And that's the mentality, right? I like the chase. I like going after the long stuff because anybody, can just buy 2 fucking animals and breed and make the same thing as me and you and everyone else. How many people have some of the triple and quad het combos I have in my collection? Not many. Just like other people have stuff that I don't have. And that's where you want to be. You really want to be in that space. So, and you'll be chasing, and it could take you 3, 4, 5, 6 fucking years. But when you hit that shit, you're in a space all by yourself, and there's nothing like it, Trust me on that. So.
I remember you having that conversation with us and saying you kind of breed with the anticipation that you're going to fail. And even when you fail, it's a damn good failure.
Yeah. I set myself up. Yeah. When people set themselves up to hit a clown pied, they spend, enough money just to get the pied het clown or the clown het pied. And, when they hit a 1 in 4, it's a clown pied. Phenomenal. I set myself up and spend maybe 2 times as much or 3 times as much, and I'll get a 2-3 gene pied het clown and a 2-3 gene clown het pied, and when I breed it together, I have 16 different options of clown pied, but my shittiest clown pied, 1 in 4 is a clown pied.
Yep.
So my shittiest 1 in 4 is a clown pied, and I got 15 or 16 other different ones I could hit. When you set yourself up and budget yourself, the best thing you can hit is a clown pied only. 1 in 4, same odds. So that's why, if you understand, you should invest in certain areas, certain times, and you know what, you gotta wait. There's no, we can't get an animal and have it breeding within the year. You've got to put the time in and feed it, and it's
You got to have patience.
yeah. And I mean, I don't, but what's great about it is I'm having hundreds of clutches a year while the other ones are growing up.
Yeah.
And I know it sucks because I've been there where it's like, oh shit, like I gotta wait another year until these things are almost breeding size. This sucks. Like, I get it. I did it. How about this? How about for 6 years having breeder females and they wouldn't fucking lay eggs for you because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So nope, got some slugs, or why aren't they laying? Oh, maybe try next year. Maybe try next year. It fucking sucked because I was working, and I couldn't go and share it with anybody because it wasn't social media.
Right.
It was like, some fucking goofy guy in his basement spending money on animals, can't breed the fucking things. What a loser. Yeah, that was me. But I stuck to it and I learned, and here I am. So
isn't that crazy though, to look back at where you were to where you are now?
Well, here's what's crazy. So people are sitting there and they're like, some people have fucking collections. They've never bred animals. They've never done it yet. They haven't had a successful clutch, but they can open their drawer and fucking jaw will drop at the animals some people have in their collections. It's like, oh my God, look at this. You know what I had to look at for the first 3 years before I got my first pastel? Fucking 10 normal het pieds and 10 normal het albinos.
Oh my God.
I raised up for my first 3 fucking years. Wow, look at this one. I like the little gold on this one. This one had dark. This one had really cool alien. They were all fucking normals, and I was still fucking excited. 10 of each were fucking different, but they were all fucking normals. Wow. So if I can feed for 2-3 years and fail for 2 or 3 years, having fucking normals and enjoying them and looking at them and enjoying the beauty for what they were, and knowing that, they were het for albino and het for pied. You guys got it lucky because, even if I had tons of money back then, we couldn't buy anything. Like, there was no spider, no pastel, no black pastel, no cinnamon, it was crazy, so I know what it's like to appreciate these animals just for their beauty of them being a normal and the potential. And that's what it was. It's like, oh, I can unlock something and create pieds and albinos. Wow. And an albino was $35,000 US when I got in. A piebald was $50,000. VPI Exantic was $25,000. A G stripe was $22,000. Like that's
damn.
Yeah, so I ended up spending $40,000 and buying 10 het pieds and 10 het albinos. $40K. Yeah. And then spending 5-6 years until I get my first clutch, and still buying more. It was crazy.
Wow.
That's insane.
And even normals. Like, here's something you might not have heard of. Okay. You know how we used to buy normals? Do you know how people price normals? Breeder females. So this is going way back. This is at least 20 years ago, if not more. Okay. You bought a female normal breeder, $1 per gram.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
So when you bought a female, 2,400 gram female, you pay $2,400 for.
Oh my God.
That's what you paid. I'm
Oh
not
my
even
God.
kidding you. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
No, not $1 a pound. $1 a pound, I'd be doing great. No, $1 a gram. $1 a gram. So, it would be funny because you go out and you buy some. It's like, wow, I just spent $2,800 on this girl, you know, and then you put her in your fucking tub, and a week later, oh, look at the size of her shit. And then you weigh her, she was 2,500. I just got fucked $300, motherfucker. You know, I can't sell this shit I just picked up for 300. Put it in the toilet in the garbage. Like, fuck, I just got fucked for $300. That's how it was.
Wow.
So,
Oh wow.
so that's how it was. You asked for a picture, and there you go. It's 20.
It's because we're the bosses too, Randy. No, that's crazy. And now they sell for like what, $50, $75?
Yeah, $100, $150 for breeder females. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, $1 a gram. It was crazy. I bought a many.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Now, do you still have it? Well, obviously they're not 20 years old, but do you have how's the oldest?
So
What is the oldest snake you still have?
last year I sold my 2002 double het dreamsicle. So she was from 2002.
Okay.
I have a 2006 VPI Exanthic still in my collection. So from 2006.
Wow.
So that's almost, she's 17 this year.
Wow.
So, and then we just bought a collection, and myself and Nasty Morphs, and we have a 2002. Is she a 2002? No, she's a 2008. No, 2004. The original enhancer that was brought into Canada.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, I'm pretty sure she's like 2004.
Is she bright?
Oh yeah, she's phenomenal.
Because I mean, Miranda is pairing her enhancer.
Yeah, but that's
And-
Selheim. Yeah.
Oh, I know, but I'm just like how bright, it's insane.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So it's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming with that, and I love DG also. So I'm keeping them separate, but I'm making a lot of cool DG and enhancer shit. That's for sure. I love it.
Now, do
That's
you-
what I was going to ask you if you had a favorite morph.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I really, really like. Like I really like the cryptic stuff with what I've seen it in without the krypton, without the double visual allelic animal. I got a lot of it. And it's nice because I'm creating a few things, and I think I can use it to unlock some stuff that wasn't possible, but that's going to take me a couple of years.
Okay.
I really like. I think my favorite genetic or my favorite combo is still like Asphalt and Freeway. It's been a part of me since 2009. When I first saw it in 2008, I wanted it. I got into it 2009. I bought in 2013. I bought the entire breeding stock from the person that created it. I bought the entire collection, and just haven't looked back. And it's same thing I dealt with the enhancer and the DG, right? Everyone's like, oh, that's the same as Highway. It's not. Look at the colors.
Yeah,
It's not the same. It's not the same. The adults don't fucking fade. They still keep their color, and then like, nope, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Then the supers came out, and then next thing you know, it's like, holy shit, yeah, they are two different. They're the same. They work the same. They almost interact the same, but visually they're not. And that's the same thing I feel with DG and enhancer. So I'm keeping them separate. And
I was going to ask.
we can stick them together, and I just have an army. But I like what enhancer does, and it's different because there's going to be DG stuff that enhancer can't touch, and vice versa. I just overall like the look of the enhancer. I like the soft and the brightness and the blushing compared to the PG stuff, you know. But some combos are going to be like, wow, here's the enhancer version. Fuck, the DG is way nicer, you know. But overall, I like the look of the soft and the brightness and the clean of the enhancer and the head. And so that's just my preference, right? Yeah, Dragon Soul got some from me also. But yeah, it's just it's a preference. But if I had to say one genetic, would be enhancer. Sorry, freeway.
Freeway.
You know, super asphalts. What I've done with it, you know, now taking it in. I mean, I've got it in some crazy lab stuff. I did.
Now, when you talk about lav, what about candy? So we have some lav, and then we have some candy we picked up. And I'll tell you what, the purples.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Monarch to Ultramel.
Right.
Different coloration, different pattern. I know candy. I have like Orange Dream, Double Het candy pied stuff growing up in my rack.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a bunch of like breeder, cinnamon toffinos, and I've got like 2, 3, 4 gene toffino het pieds. I just make a bunch of stuff and store them. I don't know where I'm gonna take it. I have a lot of lav stock because I like the dreamsicle. I got lav clown and super enchi, super asphalt, lavender stock. So
OGC.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Jesus, Chad. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing is there's so many awesome stuff out there. Even there's some new stuff that's really, it's just awesome. But I look at it as these are my 5 or 6 key projects.
Yeah.
What out there is going to add, do I want to get into something new and start over? Or do I want to, take what I have and constantly make it better or shoot for, get better odds? Because a couple of years back, I was chasing 1 in 16 to hit freeway clowns. Now I'm 1 in 4. Next year I'll be 1 in 2, 1 to 1 if I want, but how do I take, I don't want to make more of the same animal, even though I get better odds, I want to have it now with better genes. What do I add into this now? What do I need that's going to enhance this? How do I bring these colors up? How do I take pattern or bring pattern in? Now I want to concentrate instead of on a new gene. I want to concentrate on the stuff that I'm making and taking it to better and higher levels. And to me, that's a smarter investment because I already have all this stuff to work with. I just basically add new genes instead of, keeping this here instead of making it here and here. And then let's start something here and do this and do everything a little half-assed. And, I'd rather just build mountains, and then start another one and keep building them. And, I would rather have my efforts in 5 or 6 projects strong than half-assed over 20,
Yeah.
So
and it works for me. It really works for me. And you can see that every year I'm always making better stuff and elevating it. And it's because I'm holding stuff back. Oh, Billy made another pastel pie or a pastel freeway. Oh, wow, he's got a pastel fire freeway this year. Cool. Oh, now he's got a pastel fire, maybe vanilla freeway. Cool. Like that. That's going to take me no. I want to have that in 1 year and then another one with 5 other genes. And that's the way I like to attack it. Because for me, I want to make new shit. I don't want to make more of the stuff I made 2 years ago. I want to make new shit. I want to have better shit. I want to put my envelope and chase the odds.
Right.
Imagine how amazing. Oh, I made a pie. Fucking 10 years later. Oh wow, a pie. Like you're getting excited over something you've done 10 fucking years and made 100 of, and all you have is pies. I can't be that guy. I
Right.
can't. I have to it's like it's crazy now because I'm giving away breeder fucking pies. Here you go, because like the stuff that that's how makes me excited, right?
No, with the hets and stuff. So the shed project, I know that we've talked about how far in advance I think Canada is versus us as far as sheds. How much are you utilizing it to prove out?
We don't have here we don't have a business up here.
Okay.
So I'm still continuing sending my sheds in and stuff like that. There's a lot of things. Like I know RGI has been testing Ultramel stuff and had Ultramel stuff and sending it back negative. Meanwhile, they just found out 6 months later that there's a second Ultramel gene. So people sent in Ultramel to them, and they get back no Ultramel. It's a fucking visual. Now they just realized later I still think it's a little too early.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, if I was sending in stuff and then I'm selling it off or not breeding it because I was told it's not and it turned out it was, I'd be fucking pissed. I really would. But the thing is, I mean, there's a big cost to finding them out and doing things. They just found out there was another line of albino that's allelic, so they're trying to find that too. I don't know. I mean, it's still early, but I mean, if people are, it's like anything else. You're trying to get ahead of the curve. Pied you can count on because it's been done. And the other ones that are out there are being shared by, the institutions that are finding them. And I believe there's someone else that might have found DG, which is great. I don't know how, how long they've tested them for and stuff. And I believe the accuracy, don't hold me to this. I believe when they're doing the rapid test, I believe there's only like a 60 to 70% accuracy. I could be wrong, but the way they're doing it, I'm not 100% sure, but I've talked to the people up here and they're like, we're not ready for it yet. There's a lot of things that's got to go into play. It's early. They discovered Pied up here with my things and everything else that they've discovered. There's a lot that they have. They're just doing testing and making sure. So, who knows where it's going to go. But you know what? Until then, I'm still having fun breeding my snakes and doing what I do. And I send sheds in for them, and they're doing what they need to do. And if we can make it a business up here, amazing. And if we can't, then, I'm still doing the same cool shit that I've been doing for 20 years and fucking being happy at it. Would I love to be able to offer a service like this? Yes. But if it's not in the cards yet because it's still too new, because I would hate to send stuff back that was incorrect or false. Because then now it's like fucking now I'm, is it or isn't it? Oh, wow. I don't really know. I mean, I'd be the financial guy and the business guy. I have people that want to get into this with me up here, and we'd go into other countries as well with it. It's just the science and the people that are doing that. It's a group effort, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't. The science people are doing it because it's amazing for them. They're discovering something, and it's great. But we want it. Oh my God, we can do this. We can do it. They just want to be able to discover it and get that. It's like us. I hit that. Fucking yeah, I hit it. Oh my God. They get to work on this and actually find something in science and biology that genetically that's their thing. They just hit their fucking 5 gene fucking visual. Wow, yeah. I get it. That's their thing. Trying to merge them both because I can't do it without them. They can't do it without me, and or without investors. And who knows? We're not going to rush it, and it may never happen, but it would definitely be cool. I'd love to be involved in it. But for me to say for the last 6 years, I've been sending sheds in, and because piebald is out there for the world to enjoy, is from my sheds and the amazing people, that discovered it. So.
We'll get back to the questions.
We'll come back to that one. Did you have another one, sis, or do you want me to?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I know you had kind of mentioned spider before, Billy. So I've got a question about spider gene. Why do you think Spider gets so much hate when Spot Nose, Champagne, and Hidden Gene Woma share a lot of the same neurological issues as the spider gene?
Well, so the spider gene, from me listening to other people, it's not a neurological issue. It's an inner, it's the inner ear, or the equilibrium or whatever in the earlobe is underdeveloped or not developed something. So it's not even a neurological issue. It's something in the ear that has the balance, right? Like, I don't know the exact term, but it's not even what we think it is. It's not even. I've been saying that too. It's a neurological issue. I've been saying that for years because that's what I thought. Apparently, they've done a study, and it's something within their earlobe, their inner ear, that's throwing them off and stuff like that. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. What it is fucking YouTube fucking influencers that fucking think they know fucking everything, and they're the best since, they're probably still at home, don't know how to fucking cook, they can't even fucking put toast in a, well, you don't even put toast in a toaster. You put bread in a fucking toaster and it comes out toast, and then you gotta take a knife to butter it, or margarine, if you know the difference between the fucking two. But,
right.
They just, oh my God, poor animals. Like, you don't fucking know anything. Meanwhile, there's so many other species and shit being, I believe that shouldn't happen too. Like, kiss my ass. Like, I shouldn't be cutting eggs for 10 fucking years. Yeah. Well, guess what? Now everyone does it. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. It's just crazy. So let's have a dog that came out with one stub, or let's just fucking kill it. It doesn't deserve a nice life or anything like that. But then people are like, yeah, but you guys are breeding it. Yeah, but don't forget, when that animal came to us many, 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 many years ago, we had no fucking idea. We did see this. We didn't know. Us breeders started doing this. The wobble was not as bad as it was many, many years ago, because it was, I don't even know. It's maybe just too close inbreeding. I don't know. But you saw a lot of bad ones. It still happens, but not as much. But there you go. Thanks, Will.
Yes.
So, it's an inner ear. And thanks, Will. But, so it's not a neurological problem. It's an inner ear thing, which I was like, oh, wow, cool. So, people can do what they want. I still have some spider. I don't breed a lot of it because it's not, it is looked down upon, but it makes some incredible stuff. And I'm going to work on it because it's for me. I'm not breeding spider to fucking put out there and fucking, oh my God, I'm going to make a killing. I'm doing it because I enjoy what it does. I've bred it and I've had it for 18 years, maybe 15 years. And when I bought my first spider, it was pricey. But it makes some cool stuff, like calico spiders. You add OD and Enchi and yellow belly, and I've got some crazy spider combos that are just phenomenal. Super orange dream, calico, spider fire. Fucking thing is it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Take the spider away, not so much. So it does add to certain things. Do I think people should go out and invest in spider and breed it? No. If you are gonna want to breed it, have the spider gene in your female. That way your male isn't going to 8 females a year and just producing animals that you don't want. If you want to work the spider, keep it in your female, breed the male you want to get those genetics in the female with spider, and that's it, right? But I just think it has a bad name because people who think that fucking, their taste and their opinion, fucking means the world. I could really give a shit what the fuck you think. Just like when you guys were fucking whining that I was cutting with eggs, go fuck yourself. Guess what? I did what I wanted to do. You're not going to bully me out of this and all the comments and all the stuff and, the way I act, and I have, ADHD, OCD, I have mild Tourette's. So what? When the camera's on, I have to stay calm so that you're fucking happy. Fuck off. That's the way it is. People gotta, you know what I mean. And I say what I say and I do what I do. When I teach people or I give them my opinions, it's exactly what I'm doing in my own collection. You can see it. I can show you. I don't say one thing and do another. When people are bashing me for things that I do, I don't back down, because there was forums on me about fucking that guy killing animals with scissors. When you cut your eggs, the animals don't eat properly. My animals are fucking eating, 2 meals before yours come out of the fucking egg. It's not wasted all that energy. Fucking, have you ever noticed how you have an egg tooth and they cut 40 slits? That's got to be fucking exhausting.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, the last thing I want to do is come out and look up and all these people fucking screaming at you. Yeah, they're like fucking in your face. I'd be like, fuck this shit. Where's that egg I can crawl back into?
Yeah.
Where did I come out? Like, wow, man. I mean, it's just people think that their opinions are, and everything I do. Hey, man, I do this because of this. If you don't want to do it, then don't. Do what works best for you. I've never said, hey, you got to have the best racks. You got to have a facility. You got to do this. You better feed live. You got to use Coke. No, do what fucking works best for you. And there's more than one way to do all this shit. One way to feed, use an ultrasound, don't use an ultrasound. I do what works best for me after doing all this. And this is what works best for me. And I know people, and hey, I know where you've been. And believe me, if you try this, you'll be much fucking happier you did. I can guarantee it. And if not, sell the fucking thing. And you know what? Wow, you tried and you found out that it wasn't for you. But the key thing is you fucking tried. And don't listen to someone on the internet. Listen to what your fucking snakes are telling you. And that's the thing, Oh, I love using this fucking cocoa here in Texas. Now my humidity is 180. Wow, this is great. My snakes haven't eaten, but Billy loves this shit, so I'm going to use it. You're a fucking idiot. Right? I mean, you're just a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like, wow, try stuff out. And, all these keyboard warriors and bullies and shit like that, they just basically, wow, you're cutting. I'm like, oh, fuck, man, all my animals are thriving. I don't know how yours are dying. Oh, are you cutting yours? Like, how are you cutting them? And like, look at Brian Barczyk now. He's fucking cutting them with scissors too. I'm like, wow, 30 fucking years, and now he's doing it my way. But hey, I didn't back down, because you know what? I didn't care what people think. I felt more comfortable doing it. Yep. And I do. And the way I pinch, I mean, that's me. That's something I brought to this industry. And it's like, love me or hate me. But hey, guess what? I've been doing it fucking, as long as I can remember, because I did not feel comfortable using a razor. And yes, I used the razor because that's how I saw it. And I even cut myself. It's like, it slipped. Oh, fucking slice my finger. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm a moron. And then I went and because I was afraid, I actually got little small scissors. So I went to the sewing basket. There they are. What the fuck? This is hurt my finger.
You can't get your fingers in the hole.
And I'm doing this with 2 little fingers and up and down and making these fucking 1/2-inch slits. Like, what the fuck? Then I started going like this. Wow, look at that. And the thing is I just make a little tiny cut. Other people are making this big ass window. What the fuck? You're taking the veins off and it's bleeding. Like, no. It is what it is, I mean,
But I like that you share it, though.
What's that?
I like that you share it and you say, this is how I do it. I'm going to tell you, I'll give you advice. You can take it or leave it, but this is the way I do it.
That's basically it. Because you know what? Not everything I say is going to work for everybody in the world.
Yep.
Not everybody's is somebody might feel comfortable with a razor. Somebody might not like the handle. They think it's too much, or they're really, something big and sharp, with a small egg in their hand. Maybe it's just uncomfortable for them. Use small, but for me, I couldn't do it. That's why I went for the big ones. But I used the razor, didn't feel comfortable. Went and got these little tiny fucking things, didn't like it, didn't feel comfortable. Tried this, and I'm like, okay, that's good. Now I just got better and better at it, and I never looked back. Do what works and makes you feel comfortable. If you're going to do something because someone told you to do it and your snakes aren't benefiting, then neither will you be. And, you shouldn't follow someone's guidance if it's not what you feel or what you want. I mean, that's just dumb.
Right.
and there's so many different things out there that you can go look at and get advice from and try and see what works for you. There's so many people trying a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and they're making their own concoctions, or, hey, let me try this too. And I don't think I've heard this. Let me try this, see how it works. Wow, this is great. And people share this stuff, and if the more we share, the more information, the more we can actually, listen to each other and put in effect. Because I'm a great breeder. Can I be greater and better? 100% I could. Could I do better things and stuff? Yes. How do I do it? By elevating, learning, trying, and moving that way. But I just try to do whatever I can. And over 2 years ago, I changed the way I bred. And I like it better than the way I've done for the 17 years prior. So I'm continuing to breed this way. So, don't think that, you got everything down. Everything gets better. Technology, information, everything gets better. Don't think that you've got everything unlocked, because, you could be doing well, but you could be doing better. And I just like to learn. Like, maybe, hey, man, I could do 10 more things. And you know what? Actually, I was doing it this way. Great. You never know, right? But I like to try things.
Exactly.
No, it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. I can't use big scissors. I'm forbidden. Mr. Donahue would have Post-it notes all over the house.
Oh, yes. That's right. From a crime scene.
Crime scene.
Crime scene, yes. We watch those too. Did you have another one, or?
I know you've hatched out thousands and thousands and thousands.
Yep.
Of babies.
Just a few.
Just a few. Is there one that kind of stands out as being one that you really remember as being your favorite, that it has just kind of left a lasting impression on you?
It would definitely be the monsoon. It was just a thing. Like, even Austin, he goes, dude, that's not a monsoon. That's probably the pinstripe, interacting with the super pastel, super, super special, pinstripe. Could even be spot nosed. I still don't know what it is, because she should be breeding this year. But it's a visual monsoon. And I didn't even know I made her until, I made her in 2016. And I didn't even know she was visual monsoon until 2018, when someone said that, hey, your stuff looks like it has the markers at monsoon. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And learning the story, and I'm like, holy shit. And then in 2019, when I hit that, leopard, I hit a leopard special monsoon and a special monsoon. And the one died in the egg, because everyone's like, had that green yolk. And people were like, wow, man, why is that yolk green? I'm like, I didn't know, and I just didn't want to touch it. And then now I know, if you ever have green yolk, that's a bacteria that's gotten into the yolk. So what happens is, what I do next is, when you have that, you basically tie off and take, because it's absorbing all that bacteria. So when you do have like a funky yolk, you've got to go in there and do your little, operation surgery, so that, because it's going to absorb that. And it's absorbing and poisoning itself. So after
another reason why, if you cut, you can save that animal.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too, is people always said, like, in those stupid groups, the reason why animals get tied in their umbilical cord is because they cut way too early. And then meanwhile, I'm cutting like fucking 6 days before. Here you go, guys. Fucking, oh shit, look, there's a fucking umbilical cord tangle. Wow, shit, let me undo that. There we go. Saved its fucking life. But yet, if I left that, 7 days later, the thing would be fucking dead in the egg. Like, come on, people. Like, here it is on YouTube. Here it is. Like, look, wow, guys, look, it happens all types. Like, it's not just because we cut them. And I've cut many eggs, and I've left a lot of eggs alone. I have saved way more and have way better numbers cutting my eggs than I do not cutting my eggs. And that's just me. I'm not saying I never want to be the promoter. It's like, hey, everybody cut your eggs. It's better. For me, it is. I know how to do it. I know when to do it. And all these people, what day do you cut at? It's not the day. It's the way the eggs feel. Okay. So some days I've cut at 49, some days I've cut at 52, 54, some I've even left for 58, just because they weren't dimpling, and they just, so I left them a little longer, took the chance. And, it's not a day, it's how they feel, So most of the time, if you grab an egg, you can squish it and it'll push it back. You can feel the snake. Like I can pick it up. I can feel the snake, and, I just feel comfortable doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, So I know a lot of people wait for the first pip, and I've had probably 50 people in the last 3 years. Hey, Billy, it's day fucking 65, and they still haven't pipped. Let me cut. All dead. Hey, Billy, it's day 56, 57. I still haven't got a pip. They usually pip at 54, 55. They cut. All dead. It all depends on the person, who knows, right? Like, and the thing is I incubated 89.5. If you incubated 88.5, 88, 89, it's going to take, 2, 3, up to a week for those animals, so if I do 89.5, at 56 is usually when I can cut. Some, when they're at the top, they're incubating a little higher, and I cut them early. I've even had clutches on day 50, 51 come out on their own that I couldn't even go cut. I'm like, oh, let's go see if they're ready. It's day 51. I open up the top. I'm like, what the fuck? They're all out. What the fuck? How are they out? Not pipped. Out of the egg on day 51 on their own. So each one has a different timeline. Oh, you got to wait. But I've heard horror stories of people cutting at 58, 57, all of them dead without a pip. If you cut them at 54, guess what? They'd all be alive today. Or, they could be. Do what you feel comfortable for you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. And you got to feel comfortable. If you don't feel like cutting, a lot of people like knowing that I didn't cut 2 clutches, but I was evacuated for 6 weeks due to the creek fire. Both clutches hatched fine. I was worried about. Yeah, I've had clutches where I've gone away, and I'm not going to have someone come over and, hey, man, will you cut my eggs while I'm gone? Fuck that. You know what I mean? That's my job. That's my excitement. I've come back from a holiday, and, you go in and like, oh, fuck, here you go. They can hatch on their own. They can hatch, pip, and then you cut. You can cut them all. You can use a razor. There's so many ways to do it, people. And I've never said this is the way you should do it. This is the way I feel comfortable, and I like doing it to my eggs. Mm-hmm. That's it. And it's that simple. If it's funny how people can go on, you should use razor. You shouldn't cut. Well, you want me and everybody else that cuts and believes in using big scissors go and start fucking hounding your fucking YouTube videos? And that's just childish. I'm not going to be that, because you're a loser for even wasting your air on me. They're not yours, they're mine. Hi, Brian. I know you've been doing this for 30 years. You are an idiot. You should cut with fucking big scissors. Blah, blah, blah. You're doing no, because that's what he feels comfortable doing. Well, guess what? I guess he tried. It's like, maybe, I don't know why he's doing it now. Maybe he tried and said, hey, this is actually fun. I like this better. I don't know. I never even called him to ask. But when I do speak with him, I'm going to say, hey, man, I see you fucking cutting with big scissors. What happened? So I'll get that story sooner or later when I see him.
Right.
But yeah, do what works for you, people. If I'm sitting there cutting fucking eggs, 20 years later, and it was harming my animals, first, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the shit I'm doing. I'd be the biggest fucking idiot financially and for business. And 2, I'd be a piece of shit for harming animals on purpose. Number 1, fuck, I think I'm saving more than I am harming them. And I wouldn't do it otherwise. And guess what? I do it on fucking TV in front of everybody every single fucking time. So, wow, go look. Here's the animals that I cut that are dead. Now they're breeding fucking eggs. They're laying eggs. Shut the fuck up, people. Come on. It's crazy. But hey,
It's crazy. So that monsoon was is back to that, because I derailed you, but that one was your
Yeah, it was because one, it proved, oh my God, I do. Two, Austin was even a hater. That's why I even said, I'm like, yeah, even you didn't think it was. Holy fuck, I have it. It was crazy. The very first Billy dance, it's always there. Now I see her breathing right now, and she's always been like a special female in my collection. I've had a lot of different things, like, even hitting the first scaleless, like, my first scaleless albino pied, which is also pastel. 3 eggs. I just hit the pastel leopard freeway clown pied. Like, there's so many. I mean, it's like, guess what? And that's just now. I mean, wait till you see the shit I'm coming. Like, this year's going to be like, I'm afraid that I'm going to have a heart attack at some of these clutches. Like, some of the stuff that I have, like, I've got like 314, holy grails that I'm 1 in 4. I'm going to have like enhancer clown G stripes coming out my ass, triple visual. Like, it's amazing. Like, oh my God. But a lot of stuff I've never made before is like, it's, long-term plans and stuff that I've wanted, like hitting clown pies was something I only did 2 years ago, because I had shitty luck the first couple of years. But 2 years ago, I hit my first clown pies. Now I'm hitting fucking freeway combo clown pies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wow, like talking about, I've never hit a lavender clown. Most of my pairings are 1 and 2, if not 1 to 1. Then I've got like 1 and 4 and 1 and 8 to hit holy grails, if some of the animals prove. Holy man, like, and then I've got like blackhead, cinnamon, enchi, all that involved in it as well. So I'm not just hitting fucking, grails and holy grails. I'm hitting them with fucking jeans the first fucking year I'm making it, like with great odds. And that's only because I put myself in that position. But it's great to, have projects that you've, been working on for even 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and actually hitting them. And it's just like, wow, here's another one. Here's another one. So I don't keep track of world's first anymore. I lost track at like 50, like back in 2016, 17, I hit 50 world's first. I guarantee I'm over 300 now, 500 with all the different genes and stuff. And don't keep track of it. But personally, hitting stuff that I've never hit before is great. Like, wow, I hit it, and that's the first one for me. It's exciting, So I like hitting milestones like that because, it just shows you all that time and effort and work. And I remember when I thought of this project 5 years ago, holy God, I actually did it. There's nothing like it, and it's not everyone else. It's myself congratulating me. I mean, I love when the world fucking chimes in. Wow, congratulations, Billy. That's fucking sick. Great. But you know what? When you can blow yourself away, nothing like it. I don't need fucking social media to do that because I did that before social media. When I hit my first fucking lavenders and back in the day when they were $5K a piece. Holy shit, I got lavenders. Wow. 3 years in the process, I finally hit them. Wow. And before we posted them, we didn't have social media to post them up. You could put them on the odd little forum that we had, but it was scary to post shit because you just get your ass torn apart, So, for you to make something and just feel all that, whether someone's around you or not, the feeling you get about hitting that gene or, all the work, time, and effort and the satisfaction of having it is fucking unreal, and then everyone else just, chiming in on top makes it even better. So, but, you shouldn't be doing any of this shit, even in life, to make other people fucking like you or happy for you. You do shit to make you fucking happy. And if you're doing shit that isn't making you happy and you're doing shit to make other people happy, what the fuck are you doing with your life? It's crazy. I do shit for me and I'm happy. If anyone doesn't like it, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to make myself happy. I'm chasing my fucking dreams. I'm not doing what everyone else wants me to do. They don't like it. Fuck them. I'm happy. I enjoy it. But if you do this, you find people that make you happy and they're congratulation and supportive of you. Those are the people you want around, not the people that are fucking, not supportive of you. But we all have those people we have around. They're not supportive, but it's my brother. Well, fuck, I would if my brother fucking didn't want anything and didn't want to support me, I'd tell him to fucking take a fucking hike. I mean, it's just, hey, support. You got to do this for you. You don't do this for anyone else. I mean, I mean, that's probably the best thing. And the more motivational speakers I hear, it's the same fucking thing. No one's successful. Oh, I'm going to do this with my life. Go ahead. Here, we're going to give you money too. It never happens. Like, no, you're not. Don't do this. Everybody has a struggle. But you know what? They fucking do what they do, and they struggle and get there and jump over the hurdles and all the obstacles. And guess what? Look where they are. There's not one fucking multimillionaire that can sit there. Yeah, I just sat there for breakfast one day, thought of an idea, and poof, I'm fucking wealthy the next day. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. The hardest part for me was hiring people to count more of my money. You never hear that shit. People were bankrupt. They fucking lived on the street. They worked from their house. They got fucking lawsuited. They got over. Like, wow, man, it's a struggle. But I'll tell you one thing. Don't give up. It's worth it. I've had a shitty journey, but I'm glad I stuck to it. Like, there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. But hey, you know what? It's made me. And, when I listen to these people, that's the thing. Back in the day with motivational speakers, I'm like, fucking who are these fucking guys? Come on. Now I listen. I'm like, fuck, I did that. That's how I'm fuck, holy shit. Like, I can relate everything you're saying because it happened. And that's why now, if I had to go back, I'd be listening to these motherfuckers day one. Don't listen to the other people. Do this, do that. Don't do this. Don't let these people do this. Find this. It's like, wow, because watching them now, it's like, holy shit. Yep, check that off. Yeah, did that. Wow, went through that. Yep. Holy Christ. These people are telling you in a fucking point form, you can watch videos and take notes. No one wants to do it. Nah, that's not going to work. No, I can't do that. Well, guess what? You won't be successful. Right. And it's crazy, man. I mean, I wish I had a pill or a thing just to basically give somebody to get off their ass and put a couple years in and see where they'd be. Listening to the people and the people that are successful, just do it. Not, no, I can't. Or everyone makes excuses. Everyone's got fucking excuses. Like, everyone's got an asshole. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to see it. Excuses ain't going to do anything for me, because I used to make them. And guess what? I try to get excuses out of the way. I still make them. And then I'm like, or I'll say to Austin, he's like, come on, dude. Yeah, okay. Like, you need people around you to kick your fucking excuses to the curb, not to help you. Yeah, that's a, yeah. Yeah, you're probably better off not doing it too. No, man. Like, that's, you want to be around people to help elevate you. And when you're down, pick you up. And that's one thing I'm glad I can do with my status and my platforms, shout people out, no sweat off my ass. I put a shirt on. Hey guys, if somebody can put the effort into making a shirt, sending it to me, and you can't put it on for 5 minutes and just fucking shout someone out. Wow. I mean, like, come on. It's that easy. You know what? It makes someone day. It changes them. It gives them, people are going to be having a shitty day. Now you just change that. Like, wow. Anything I can do to motivate and that's why, like, with Team MC Pick of the Week, I see a snake, I'm like, fuck, man, that's awesome. This is wow. And if I do that and I feel that, I'm sure other people can. So why can't I use my platform? Because if 1,000 people don't see that, they're not going to get that feeling I just had. Wow. So now I can post it on mine and hopefully 5,000 people see it. And then they message this guy and follow. And next thing you know, we're building up community. It's so fucking ezy to be nice. But yet I can be an asshole. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I can be a prick here and there too. I try not to be, but like when something gets to me, I'll let you know. So, yeah.
So I was going to ask you about Austin.
Go ahead, Angie.
I know.
Go ahead, Angie. So crazy you both name Angie. Really crazy.
Double trouble.
Double trouble.
Yeah.
So does Austin, when you and Austin get together, do you like talk about the breeding plan or what you know, here's what I want to make? And I mean, he seems pretty blunt and to the point. Is he tells you, hey, you're off your rocker, Billy, or
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys bounce
Like,
ideas.
we butt heads a lot, like when it comes to that. It's like, if you want to do that with your fucking snakes, you do it. I'm not doing that with mine. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, we've had that, but no, I would say, like even the first 3 years Austin was with me, I wouldn't even let him feed my collection. Nobody fed my collection but me. You know, to me, I mean, I guess I like to micromanage, and you know, it's like it's got to be done this way. And like, no, just I'll fucking do it. Stop. No, you're not doing it right. But then he started doing it, and now, you know, over the years, like you know, he's you know him, even a lion, you know, Alex, even Catherine. Everybody, you know, is involved and you know, sort of does it the way I sort of want with their own little twist. You know, sometimes I just leave the room because it's like, oh, I can't. I'm gonna bitch. I'll be fucking 5 seconds. No, just leave the room, Billy. Come on, it's gonna get done. Just let them do it their way. If they fucking get bit, let them get bit. Don't give a fuck. Come on, like you know. But like with Austin now, I'd say the last, say 3-4 years is when I said, hey, like you know, what do you think of this pairing? Like, what do you think we should do with these? And then now it's almost like he basically plans them out with me. We'll ultrasound. And basically, when we have any female, like 11, 12 mil, then we basically write a list. And like I said, we did that the other day and had 35 females. So now we have those 35 females, and we'll sit down probably Monday and go, okay, what should we put to this? And where do we do that? We got too many of that. That male's got too many right now. Let's try this. You know, so that's when we really sit down and do that. But I mean, right now, I think we probably have like 208, 200 to 250 females that we're pairing already, or that are. I mean, we got probably 40 that are gravid already. Yeah, I think we'll, you know, with between me and Austin's collection, we should do 400 clutches this year, maybe over 400, maybe 450. So that's both of ours. Like I'm gonna do 250 to 300 this year, I think, with the addition of the new clutch and all these new animals, and so it's great. And with Husbandry Pro now, I can just go through in seconds. Like it's so easy to pair now and know when to pair. You know, I know the follicle size, and I know like, you know, Husbandry Pro has been a blessing for me. You know, to have everything in check. I'm documenting stuff I never have before within a push of a button. You know, one thing that I love that they added is, you know, back in the day, I always, if you ever remember my old Instagram, I'd always take a picture of a clutch. Right. Look at this one. Look at this one. So if I had 5 in one day, you got 5 fucking posts of this clutch and this person, this. And if you went back, you know, probably about 2 years ago, you could just scroll through my feed and all you'd see is a snake on eggs, like for fucking like, you know, an hour. Like, holy shit, snake on eggs. And I used to do that. Now, you know, since I don't do that, if someone says, hey, you know, how many eggs did you have? I'd have to go to the computers like, oh, you got a picture? I'd have to go through my phone. And if you know, like anybody else, even not even a clutch. Oh, I got this new animal 2 weeks ago. Oh, here, I'll show you. Fucking somewhere here. Hold on. And you're scrolling through to find that, you know. I know it's in here. I just took a pic. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Like 57,000 pictures later. There it is. You know, and sometimes I've done it. And I'm like, I know it's here. You know what? After like 5 minutes, I'm like, you know what? When I find it, I'll send it to you. You know, because it's so annoying. Now, when we have a pairing, we put the pairing in. We can take a picture of it. I don't take a picture of the pairing. I take a picture when they lock. So now if I go and I see the female locking, I open up my app, hit scan the QR code, basically it says take a picture, and then it automatically has the male tied into the female because it's already programmed, and we already programmed that into the breeding program or the breeding plan. So it already knows. You don't have to type in the male. It's already in there. And then I just hit submit. So now it documents the picture. It documents the animal, the date, when it within seconds. And now anywhere in the world with my phone or a computer, you can ask me how many animals I have in my collection. I can tell you to the dime. I can tell you what's pairing, when it walked last. Here's pictures. Anything I can do. Even like yesterday, I found 27 animals that I wanted to bring to the expo. I went into Husbandry Pro, put them for sale. Went in and just went on Morph Market and found rough prices. Went to the computer and opened up the utilities, hit Dymo printing, went and chose those 25 or 27 animals, hit print. They all printed out. I stuck the label right on the deli container. Done. Has a QR code, has the ID, has the genetics, has the price, has the sex. So instead of going now and I used to getting a brother label maker. What's the animal again? 2019 leopard Enchi super asphalt female. Okay, and then price, and then you print it out, cut it, peel the two little tabs. Oh shit, it's too big, so you got to cut it, put it there, and you put the other one underneath, and then you get the marker, or pink and blue for the symbols or the price. I don't have to do that. It saves me time and money. I just go and click on the animals, print, put it there. But what the benefit of it is tomorrow, someone will ask me, hi, do you know when this one last ate? Or do you know what the parents were? Do you know what the birthday was? All they got to do is take their camera, scan the QR code, and it gives them all that information right there on their phone. Saves me a million things. Because what I used to do, I used to put the ID on the label. So I'd say, hey, any information you need, just email me. And then you can email me that number and I can look it up. So that's what I used to do. Before they had this, they would go and, Monday, Tuesday, I got fucking 25 fucking emails. Hi, I met you at the expo. Thank you for, whatever they named the snake. She's settling in fine. I love her so much. She looks like she's comfortable in her enclosure. Here's her ID. When was she born? Then I'd go, okay, what's the thing? Look it up, find it, then email back. I used to do that that was like the thing I hated at the end of a show, because I knew it was like, hey guys, here's the work. Message me on top of the work I already have. Message me and I'll give you all this. Then you're looking it up. Now they can scan it and do that right then, and I can even transfer the animal. So things like that has saved me so much time, and it's just everything in one place. And it's and I know where we want to take it. It's going to even go even further, but it's just being efficient. Like a year and a half ago, I wasn't efficient. That's one reason why I dropped the show, is because no matter what I did, I never had enough time to do the shit. It kept piling up, and it really fucking bugged me. And I would not eat in order to do that, or I wasn't sleeping. And I'd be putting in too many hours. I just wasn't happy, and shit still wasn't getting done. So when I got off the social media and hired the social media manager, took the time off, started doing this, Husbandry Pro started really implementing it. It's been a real blessing, because not only am I saving time and money, I can do things now that is, that I need to do, instead of doing stuff that I'm doing like 2 or 3 times. And, it's like tracking everything. It's like, before, hey, Austin, how many animals did meet today? You have to walk up to the pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do that to 2,000 fucking animals, Or you're halfway through and your phone rings. It's like, fuck, well, where was I? Fuck, you got to do it again. That happens many times. Now I can just go and look on my fucking app, and I can tell you in 5 fucking seconds. I have 2,000 animals, and I can record every single one, whether it ate or not, plus what it cost me in 20 minutes. 2,000 animals.
Wow.
Yeah. It's I've never documented stuff like that. I just, this one didn't eat for 3 weeks because it has 3 red clips. Let's work on it. Now I can tell you exactly which ones. I can tell you which ones are we assist fed. I can tell you everything within seconds. And it's just point, scan, or scan, pick what you want, submit. It's that simple. you know. So
That's nice.
anything like that. I think the last year and a half, anything that has made me be efficient and more, like me, I'm tracking more stuff than I ever have with less time. Way more efficient. Um, you know, I can tell you right now, I can tell you today everything that happened on Husbandry Pro, everything that happened in my facility, any eggs that happened, anything we paired, anything that ate, anything that didn't eat, if something regurged, if, anything that happened at my facility, I can find out in seconds through my app because, I walk in there now and it tells me when the clutch is due, when to pair the animal, you know. I mean, it's amazing, and the capability. I haven't even scratched the surface of it. There's so much shit to do, it's scary. But that's why I'm glad that, Robert formed the group because there's so much stuff that people can go on and share. Because there's stuff that's like, what did they say? I didn't even know you could do that,
The knowledge sharing. That's really cool.
But I think one thing, especially if you're being a big breeder, be efficient. Even how you said it, it's hard for you to do everything else and then add social media, add responding to messages, add. If you're doing that before your animals, you're going to fail. Okay. If you're just doing the health of the animals and stuff and not selling and responding to people and posting on social media, you're going to fail. You got to have a good mix of everything. You really do. Businesses need to run like a fine oiled machine. You can't have this works, this one doesn't. And that's the thing is trying to find the time and to do everything great. It's hard. I'm not even close to that, but I'm a lot better than I was a year ago. And, a lot of the little things that took so much time is now I'm saving, and that's one thing I love is because I'm a little sane now. Now I can do my show, I'm doing a lot more on Patreon now, and I still have time and things are done, and I'm more efficient than I ever was doing more. It doesn't make sense, but that's how it is. And I ain't complaining, trust me. So,
right.
It's always a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it, right? Like I like, and even seeing Austin now, like, now he's got it. He's like, holy fuck, dude. Like, I wasn't going to use Husbandry Pro and now I'm using it. It's like, holy shit, it's awesome. It's fun.
Yeah, we love it.
Like,
we love it.
Going into the collection now, because when he goes there, I get an alarm like, hey, someone's, someone entered mutation creation. So I love, the user, so Austin, user Austin. So Austin, I see Austin, and then, about 2 minutes later, I look, and of course, he's sitting at the computer on Husbandry Pro because it's telling him what to pair. Where before, he'd be going through sheets and, hey, do you know what my sheets are? And I'm like, most of the time, he would put them on top of a rack. So we're on ladders looking on top of a rack.
Trying to find the sheets.
Yeah. Where do my sheets go? Yeah. So it's funny now that you see him. Every time he opens that door within 5 minutes, he needs to know what to do. You know what he needs to do? He needs to look at Husbandry Pro to see which females need, because now that he's breeding probably 200, 150, 200, you can't look at a sheet and go, okay, where's the follicle size? Like, Husbandry Pro will tell you in a second. You just look at it. Wow. So I'm glad to see him using it because, the faster you use it and get used to it, when you do need it, you're a fucking pro. It's like people with, I'll start taking pictures and do social media, in a few years, once I make something worthy. Okay, so now you make something worthy. Okay, how do you fucking even upload it? Okay, what's it called? Insta what? Like you don't even have an account. And then it's like, what's these hashtags? What am I doing wrong? You're trying to learn this now when you have a fucking bunch of them. You should have already known this. And people are like, yeah, well, I only have like 20 animals. When I get 100, I'll use it. Well, pay $5 or whatever it is. Utilize it now. If you do grow, you're going to be an expert, and you don't have to put in like this donkey. Well, I had to put it in because when Husbandry first came out, I had to manually put in 2,500 animals. So I'm like, fucking, this better be worth it. This fucking Husbandry Pro fucking thing. It took me 4 months and 3 people. Just uploading all this stuff in. Holy Christ, is it worth it? $1 million. I do I put 10 times the work into to get what I have now. But, people always want to succeed before they do anything. No, there's so much. This to get to success is what gets you to success.
Yep.
Tap into it. Like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Don't wait to do something until you're successful. Do shit now, because when you get successful, you're successful in 1,000 other fucking things. Like, people just, I'll just do this when. No, do fucking things now. You want it, work every day. And if you think you're a big breeder, you work fucking harder. And if I don't work harder, my staff does. And it was so hard to get that staff, my team, and then it's so hard to trust them and give them that responsibility. And I can count on them, all that. You think like, before with Austin, with Austin, I went through 4 other people before we found Cat. You know what I mean? And it was like, whoa, like, hey, so don't think the first person you're going to hire, it's going to be so easy because I hired this person. This person fucking makes it worse than yeah. Nothing's going to be easy. Learn and enjoy every step of the way. And then when you fuck up one way, when you got to do something again, it's like, okay, I'm not doing it that way because I remember what happened when I did it that way. That journey from now until success, that's the stuff you need to learn and grasp and understand, enjoy. Not if it's all going to be positive, but when you make a mistake, you're going to fucking. You should. If you don't, well, you're going to keep making mistakes. You make a mistake, I guarantee you, if you're a smart person, you're going to learn from that mistake and learn how to fix it so that it doesn't happen again. And you keep doing that. Like, there's a lot of mistakes that got me here. But, I'm glad because I can teach people. People message me. It's like, you don't know how I feel. You don't? Well, how about this? Like, that happened to you? Like probably 5 times. Oh, my God. Like, people are afraid. Like, I'm really afraid to invest $5,000 in this animal. Like, it's a lot of money. I get it. But look at all the info. Look at the structure of the industry. Look at the help. Look at the people guiding you. Look at the market. Look at the numbers. When I invested my first $15,000, was my biggest purchase was $15,000 in 2009. It was with Dave Green, and I bought a lavender spider male. Lavender fucking spider, $15,000 US.
Wow.
Yeah. So I ended up getting that. Okay. No social media. There might have been Facebook. But no Instagram, none of this. And it was, I think it was, actually, I don't think it was Facebook. I got it through his website. He was on like Bush League Breeders. And I saw he had some stuff. I looked at his website because that's what you do. You went to a website. We didn't have like a morph market. We had a thing called King Snake, but, that was sort of there. But I ended up buying it, I think, off of his website. And then I had to send him money. And then like 3 months or 5 months later, when they got the paperwork, the ship called CITES, now they have it on hand because most people have master CITES. Before you didn't. I had to wait for the animal. And then when it came, it's like, okay, like, hopefully it's good. I never even met this guy. And, hopefully he gets my money and it shows up. And sure enough, it did. And, I bred that to a whole bunch of, I bought all from the same pairing. I bought 4 66% het lavenders off of a group from a guy, and 3 of them proved out. And I hit like I'd say 15 or 16 lavs and spider lavs, and they were like 2,000 and 3,000 a piece. So I turned that 15 into like fucking 40, 50,000, first year. I'm like, wow, holy shit. And then that's when I spent the next year. I bought the pastel crystal for $21,500. And then that made me $250,000 in the first 2 years. And then I bought in 2012 the banana bumblebee for $35,000, and that fucking, I'm still making money. I'm still making money off all those animals, many, many years later. So I know what scary is. You spending $5,000 with everything you see and hear in the market. So this, and don't forget, we had a little market here in Canada, maybe 25 breeders, and I'm sending $15,000 US to a guy, and then hoping for an animal to come. I know what it is to spend money and be scared and not know what you're doing. I've been there. And I'm telling you, if you invest in yourself and learn, I mean, now, if people fail now, it's because they're not listening to what we're saying or you're not putting in the work.
Yep.
Because back then, no one taught me anything. No one shared because I was a competitor to them because we had such a small, closed market. Once the world opened up, fuck it, I can teach you everything I know and then some, and we'd still never be competitors.
Right.
It's too big, you know? So I know when you're scared. I know what it feels like to be, you know, I know what it feels like to cut an egg and jump up. You see me do it all the time. I know exactly what you're doing. You're here, I'm here. What's in between us? Fucking experience, time, effort, money, investment, you know? Because I remember, I can never catch up to you guys like Justin and Ozzy. And why are you trying to catch up? Do your own fucking thing. Because you know what? Back in the day, you know what? You know, Ralph Davis, okay? The Barkers, you know, the Sutherlands, the Bells, fucking, what do you call it? Oh my God, Greg Graziani, Brian Barchek. Fuck, that's when I got into it. I have a bunch of fucking normal snakes, and I'm like, I'm gonna be a breeder one day. Well, fuck, look at me 20 years later. I'm a fucking breeder.
Yeah.
But look who my competition was. They're still fucking legends in the industry. Like, holy shit. Stop fucking making excuses. Shit, or get off the pot, people.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I'm telling you, like, you'll never know what I feel. Fuck, I was there in a worse time than you're in now.
Yeah.
You fucking tell me. You know, you guys got it so fucking good, you guys don't even know it. What's stopping you is belief in yourself, investing in the right stuff, in the right animals, at the right time. You know, people want to listen to these other people. Oh, don't do this, do this. Well, it's not working for you. Why the fuck am I going to listen to you?
Right.
You know, I don't get it. You know why? Because people are giving advice that you want to hear. Oh, so I don't have to spend a lot of money and I can still make some? Tell me more. That's the fucking wrong attitude, people.
Yeah.
You know, you want someone like me to tell you you're doing it wrong. Fucking stop doing it. If you want this is what you got to do. If you want to stay where you are, do exactly what you do. You probably won't even stay where you are. You probably fail and get out because you're going to want more. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sugarcoat shit for you. You know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. People look to hear stuff that they want to hear. Oh, I like this guy. He's telling me what I want to hear. I'm going to listen to him more. Fail. I'm just telling you, you know, because I did that many times. I've failed many times. I know what it takes, you know, and if you want this and it's not going to be easy, you want to chase long term, you want to set yourself up properly, stop chasing the fucking, you know, the shiny candy or whatever it is. Be focused, be smart, and keep repeating everything the same fucking way you're doing it. And, you know, people just, you know, I get it. I want everything too, but you can't have it all. So choose what you want to get and work at that. You know, there's shit I wish I had. There was, you know, fun. You know,
That's
if there
why
was
we're
no money in
focused.
this industry. And there was no future. Why am I taking the fucking world's first leopard monsoon? And I can make all more monsoon and sell them for $10, $20, $30 a piece, $1,000 a piece. Make a quick 100, 150K off for first year. What am I doing? Instead of doing that, you know what I'm doing? I'm making fucking quad heads.
Yep.
You think I'm selling those quad heads? Unless I hit like a fucking 2.9, I might sell a 1.2. And all the rest are staying in my. I'm taking an animal instead of making $100,000. I'm saying, fuck that. I'm going to make stuff for 2-3 years. And the chance of me hitting that animal with those numbers is probably 5 to 7 years down the road. But I'm giving up $100,000 in order to chase that. Why? Because that's what you want to do. You should do.
Yep.
A certain percentage of your collection. You know, if you're having 100 clutches and all making quad heads, I don't know where you're making income from for the next year. And you got to have a lot of fucking room for all backs, a lot of money to feed, and a lot of time. You got to look at all the stuff and then make a proper decision, you know. And you don't have to have 100 clutches of quad heads this year. You could have 10 and then 20 and then 30 and maybe not even want to do that. You never know.
Yep.
Anyways, another question.
I think actually that some of the chat has some questions.
Cool.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me get up, Joe.
What did they do? They went all the way back.
I'm sorry, I'm having.
Are you
You're fired.
struggling, Mr. Donahue?
Struggling.
You're fired.
He's struggling.
I have a more.
Guess what? 20 more episodes is be a fucking superstar. You can't get better without practice, and if you're not practicing,
Right.
it means you're not doing anything.
Right? That must have been
Okay.
it. That was
All
it.
right. Okay, I got them marked.
You
I
got
just
'em
wanted to
marked.
make sure I got to the top.
You wanted to make sure you didn't forget anybody? Okay, I guess we'll keep you.
Okay. First one.
Okay.
Yep.
Most of my sales going United States. So I would say I'd say 80% of my sales, if not 85, are into the United States of America.
Cool.
Through Morph Market or
Yeah.
okay.
Morph Market, Patreon, YouTube. I had somebody just recently call up from California, but been a long time follower. Just bought an animal, and bought a male. Obviously, he's like, oh, now I want to breed, and I'm looking for some females. I'm like, you realize you should have done this? He goes, yeah, I know, but I did this, and blah blah blah. So I end up finding him 2 females. And, they're going out, the first shipment of the year, which should be, end of March, beginning of April. Depending when the weather is, we just got dumped with a bunch of snow again. Like, come on, go away. So, he's just a YouTube person that bought an animal, loved it, and wanted to buy a couple from me. And I set him up with 2 animals that work with, in the Pied project. So, there's that way, but most are Morph Market, or Patreon. So
All right.
That's the second.
Oh, that's the second one? Is there room for small ball python breeders in the world dominated by people like you?
of course there is.
Yes.
So I wouldn't say I dominate, because there's probably about 20 genes I don't even work with. Okay. So 20 genes I do not work with. So if you work with them, you're going to make shit that I can't even possibly make. And that's why if you're chasing everything that I'm doing, you're never going to surpass me, because I'm already ahead of you. So if you're getting into other genetics, or taking, the genetics that even I have and taking and doing other things with it, or using other genetics, we're not even competing, because I can't even make that shit. And here's the thing. If I'm chasing a 1 in 16 and I miss, and you chase a 1 in 16 and you hit, guess who made it first? And it's like, oh, I can never compete. Well, you know what? First of all, you should be doing this because you love it and you want to make shit better your collection. Okay? If you think you're going to make some of this stuff that I'm making now, you're 5 years behind. But guess what? It doesn't mean if you get into it now and in 5 years you're producing it, because I'm not going to be producing the same shit. I'm going to be 5 years ahead. So, an example, when I started making freeways and pastel freeways and those combos back in like 2015 and 2016, fucking they were flying out. I don't even try to make those anymore. But when people call me, it's like, hey, Billy, you got any pastel pies or, pastel freeways or banana freeways? No, I don't. But here's 15 people that I know has made it, because I'm not trying to make stuff I made 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I'm elevating. So if you want, say, an enhancer G-stripe clown, I'll be selling those this year for probably $30,000 a piece. Okay, I might have 10 for sale. Once those 10 go, I'm not trying to make that fucking gene again unless I miss. I want to have 2 or 3 genes in it. Like, oh, fuck, I hit another one of these enhancer G-stripe clowns without engineers. Fuck. Put it up on Morph Market for 25. Fuck, this sucks. That's my feeling, because I want to hit a genetic like an Enchi or something, a spot nose, yellow belly. I want to hit that so I can keep it. You know what I mean?
Something different.
So, but guess what? If I'm not making enhancer G-stripe clowns anymore, everyone that doesn't have it, which is the world, because only me and Justin have one. Well, there's everyone in the world who's making them. I'm not, or Justin's not. Someone is. Someone that's smart enough to fucking get into the project and not think, oh, I can't get in. You know how many people say, oh, I'm not going to get into dreamsicles because, you know, are you fucking kidding me? That's one of my #1 sellers. Every entry that I had in green, every pin, every OD, and almost every yellow belly that I had fucking flew out the door. Yeah. And you think you add other stuff and like a super entry, super OD, you know, fucking yellow belly dream. It's never been made, but when it does, there's gonna be a fucking lineup for them. If we made 20, they'd all sell. You know, oh, I'm not gonna get into this project because I'm behind. You're behind on a normal, fucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stop using that attitude. You know. So yes, there's tons of room for people going in. You know. Can you talk about your gene you found in your collection? It was in my pied and my lavender. So I don't know if there's a super yet. We sort of been sidetracked. We may have some shots at it this year, but next year I'll have a lot. I just call it the new gene. I have it in pied. I have it in Enchi. I have it in yellow belly. I have it in normal. Have it in lav, and I have it in dreamsicle. So now we're just trying to add it and breed it back to see if it's a super, and see where it is and go from there. Is the original enhancer still laying? Yes, actually, we're breeding her to the sunset right now. She laid, I think, 13 eggs last year. So now 13 the enhancer. And the thing is don't forget, these are like first genetics of these animals. So everything that comes from that enhancer is like the very first one ever produced. They are stunning. They're like, you know, this is nice. This is fuck you nice. Like, oh my God. So that's why we figured, you know what? If anything's going to make sunset nice, is the very first enhancer ever. So we're making double hets with the original enhancer. So that's myself and Nasty Morphs. Yeah, you got to answer that. What's your favorite smell in the snake room?
I don't. Right now, it's the candle Miranda got me. No.
Randy, I'm the queen of the snake poop.
Yes, you are the queen.
I'm the queen of the snake poop. I clean up the snake poop.
Yeah. That's a good one from Eric.
Drop time. What's going on, my man? My favorite single gene, it would have to be you know, asphalt, yellow belly, freeway, or super asphalt. That's just really close, and I'm still excited about making all the combos that I'm still making. But even simple like Enchi Calico, you know, OD Calico, but there's yellow belly. Like there's some really cool single gene stuff. I even still like vanilla cream. You know, simple old forgotten stuff. I mean, I've got a lot of vanilla cream freeway stuff coming, vanilla cream clown stuff coming. But how long does that QR code last after you mark it as sold? I actually don't even know that because I've never done it. After I sell it, I'm not sure. I can test that tomorrow, or you can just go. I don't have any of them here. They're all at the shop. If you go and mark it sold on your system and save it, you can use your phone, not logged into Husbandry Pro, and see if it still works. I think it'll still work as long as it's in your system and it's not deleted. I don't know if it even works when it's archived. I'd have to look into that, but that's a good question.
Hat to the hair, Randy.
I was gonna say I won't wear mine anymore. They said it makes me look like I've got a wig on, so mine's a black hat.
I stole it from Mr. Donahue.
Yes.
When he was looking like Earl.
So my cryptic pie. So I only have one. I have my breeder, Desert Ghost Cryptic Pie, my triple visual male. He is that's I'll do a video on that, but it's only the one. Oh, excuse me. That's why I'll take a picture of him and I'll put him on my Instagram. But Charlie, Reagan, Renee, what's going on?
Yeah, so he's we have a snake nerd chat is what I call it, and Charlie's in it, and we talk about that. Oh yeah, there you go, Mr. Donahue.
So overseas, from here to the US, it's a lot easier because we have like probably every 4 to 6 weeks, we have shipping from March, April, all the way to November. I will not ship in December anymore. So every month I have a shipment going out pretty much. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Over in Europe, I'd have to see because a few years ago, Sander had, from DDI, Dutch Dragon Imports, had that, unfortunate fire or the catastrophe at his facility. He's rebuilt now, and then COVID, that was tough. So usually I ship 3 to 4 times a year to Europe, and basically it's usually like $200, and even to the US. Depending on the price of the animal, sometimes I'll eat the shipping, sometimes I'll split it $100 each. So, and then sometimes it's 200, because I can't get off that number. It's what's charged to me, because the animal's got to be shipped into the U.S. and then repackaged and shipped out. So there's then a person who's doing all that and clearing customs and fish and wildlife and stuff like that. So that's the way we do it. And it just basically, you just go to your FedEx hub and pick it up like you would any other snake.
I was going to say, we've gotten 3 or 4 shipments from you.
Yeah.
And they've been smooth.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, the only thing is I can't ship out this week or next week. Or,
right.
Hey, I got to wait for the broker to set everything up with the airlines, and then the broker in the US, the importer, he's got to book Fish and Wildlife and have his time and coordinate everything and stuff like that. But I mean, I've shipped, I don't know, 2,000 packages or more to the US and never had an issue except 3. And it's because of driver error. And that's why, now fuck the driver error. You pick it up at the facility, at the FedEx. It's kept in a warm room. Not like, the driver came by and delivered it at 2:00 and nobody was there. Meanwhile, the person's sitting in the front because they work in their home, in their office. They went and they have a fucking camera out front. And they're like, I don't know what the fuck your driver's saying, but here's footage from 12:00 until 3:00. No fucking one, no, not even a FedEx truck drove by my house in those 3 fucking hours. And then meanwhile, he couldn't get back. He was on his truck and delivered it the next day. It was dead. So just shitty. So I you know what? Screw the drivers. It's staying in a warm room at FedEx. You go show your ID. Nice and easy, but for the animal's sake.
Yep.
The only way I'll ship it. So what's one big mistake you've made in this journey, and possibly by telling people about it will help them not do the same? Many. There's lots of mistakes. Trying to get too big too fast. I'd say the best mistake that I've made, that I've learned, that I share with people is don't have a little bit of fucking everything. Okay, especially now, because if you like, we're creatures of habit. So if we're doing something half-ass now, and we do half-ass for most of the stuff, if I get into something else, I'm probably going to do it half-ass. Why? Because everything else I do is fucking half-ass. Okay? So when I started getting into a bunch of stuff, and I started doing a bunch, why aren't I making any of these? I only had a little bit of it, but if I had more, I probably would have hit it, So instead of having a bit of this gene, a bit of this, a bit of that, 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 have a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of this, and then get a little bit of this, and then eventually build that up the same way you did those, and you'll see so much more success. The reason why I believe this is because if you're doing everything half-assed or not proper, you're going to fucking fail in the double, triple, and quads. You know why? You can't do a quad het or a triple het and do 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 and expect to hit all this gold, because when you hit the gold, everything else is 66%, 66. Okay? Now, with genetic testing, that's going to help, but I think we're still a long ways to test all that and get everything done. You don't want to have to hold back, a rack of animals, down the road to do it properly. What I would suggest is, like even when I do things now, I do like 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 male to 3 or 4 females. The following year, because I'm always buying stuff and I can bring more things like pied and clown into the project. So the next year I might do 2 to 7, okay, 3 to 12, 6 to 30. You're not just doing 1 to 3, and there's my project. Here's my pie project, 1 to 3. Now I'm gonna go this. No, 1 to 3 turns into 2 to 7, fucking 12 to fucking 39. It keeps growing, and now it's clown pied, and you got to keep taking it. And if you're chasing 1 in 16, 1 in 32, 1 in 64, 1 in 28, and if you're chasing 1 in 28 and only have 1 to 3 females, you might take 3 years to hit that fucking thing. But if you keep adding on 1 to 3, 2 to 7, well, now I got 7 females with 2 males. That's 3.5. That's over 2 times the odds of hitting it the year before. You keep building it. So if you're doing things half-assed now, and the way the industry is moving, you need to build, because 1.3 ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Maybe for the first year, you need to keep growing. You really do. And the funny thing is like when I type in pied, I'll do it right now. So watch this. So if I go into my Husbandry Pro, and this is why I love Husbandry Pro. So I go to Husbandry Pro right now, and I put my fingerprint on, so it logs me in. I'm going to go to Animal List. So right now I'm going to search the word pie. Okay. Now when I hit enter, I have 523 animals that are pied, het pied, or possible het pied. 523 animals. Now I go back to the top and hit clown. CLOWN, clown. I have 609 animals that have clown, het clown, or possible het clown. Okay. And if I do lav, I'm slacking. I only have 230. Okay. So my point is, when I started lav, I was a spider lav to 466% heads. 3 of them proved out. Now having fucking 4 animals, 5 because it was het, but didn't prove out. So when I started my very first breeding of lav, I had 5. Now I have 230. Not 4, not 4, not 5, not 5, not
right.
5, 4, 12, 70, fucking bang. I'm building a fucking monster. And guess what? If you type in some of those lav, they're lav pied het clowns, combo lav pieds, lav clowns, clown lavs, clown het pieds. So they all interact. So just because I have, 500 pieds and 600, I bet you 100 of those are clown pieds. Or clown het pieds, pied het clowns, double het clown pieds with combos. So when I'm telling you, you need to build a project, I ain't shitting on you. Like, why the fuck would you have 500 pieds? They're not to make fucking pieds. Maybe 20 of them are, and they're all going to be fucking hets. Because I'm doing crazier shit with it. Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm not just one guy that did well one year. I've been doing well every single year, and you see how I keep elevating. I'm using the same shit I'm telling people. And most people, I've had many people on my Patreon listen to me 2 years later, like, holy fuck, Billy, I can't believe where I'm at. Like it's not magic. If you do what you're supposed to do, you put in the work, enjoy it as a fucking benefit. Keep wanting to learn, and it's not. And don't think if you get bigger, the more you make, the easier it gets. It's fucking harder now than it was 5 years ago. Fuck, and I know more. I know more. I've more experience. I have a better collection. I'm more efficient. And I'm still working fucking harder than I was 5 years ago. And I make 10 times more. So don't think it gets easier, people. It doesn't. So.
We've only got 2 more questions, I promise.
Billy, when are starting the group facility? Or are you still doing it?
I think
starting
tours, maybe?
Oh, so I do have people message me like I've got Chad from Hyperspace coming in. I believe it's May or June. But yeah, people message me all the time. I've had like Bomb Projects already down. KG and D. I've had everybody. I've had quite a few, man. I've had Jersey Balls. I've had Brian Bodie from Vegas. He was down recently. So a lot of people come in and tour. So if you ever want to come down, just message and I'll tell you, hey, come on down, and we'll fit you in and show you the place. Maybe get you in a video. You never know. Mm-hmm. But let's see. The Hydrogene, no, I don't. I believe I've heard of it, but you should know by now, Cuddle Time, how many times I say I don't look into new jeans. Come on, you should know me by now. Yeah, I mean, there's so many jeans out there. I don't care to learn. I just I see them, I notice them. I will get into a few here and there, but not over. And this is what I do. So I'll go on Morph Market and I'm like, what's out there? Wow, look at that. That's fucking cool. Wow. Never heard of that. Let me start digging. And I'm like, cool. But what do I need? I need to see if I can get some better shit for my freeway clown stuff. What do I have in asphalt heck clown combos that the gene I don't have? Oh shit. Wow. And it's funny because when I went on Morph Market, I went to go buy an animal and I saw asphalt double head clown pied from Justin. And I'm like, fuck. And I was humming and hawing and I had a clutch coming and I fucking did it. The other male took it. So I'm like, fuck, I can't even make any more asphalt heck clown combos this year or clown pieds. So I'm like, fuck it. I ended up buying that animal. I messaged him, I have any more? He goes, no, I do, but it's the only one I have for sale. I bought it. 2.5 years later, with the right male, I fucking hit the animal of my dreams. But, I didn't even go on there looking for the fucking thing. My mind is, let me go see what's out there. Let me get the candy out of the way. Cool. What do I need? Like right now, if I go on, what do I need? Right now for my collection, I would want more combos and stuff that I don't have in Ultra Male Clown. So I've got 3 Ultra Male Clown combos. And I have like Angie. I got like Super Pastel Clown Head Ultra Male. I've got Mojave Clown Head Ultra Males, Angie double heads that are breeding size right now. I would like to have Hurricane. I would like to have Spot Nose. So I would go on looking at all this eye candy. Nope, let me get a Spot Nose Clown Head Ultra Male. A Spot Nose Ultra Male Head Clown. 3 gene Spot Nose double head Ultra Male Clown female. That's what I would end up buying over any new fucking gene. You know why? Because when you have a new gene, you got to basically, create with it. I don't want to create with something new. I'm still trying to create with the shit I love and I'm doing and I'm strong at. So my thing is I see all the candy out there. It's like, fuck, look at this. Look at that. Wow. You know what? What do I need? I need Spot Nose in my Ultra Male Clown shit. That's what I go find. You know what? What don't I have in Pied? you know what? I really love this. I don't have enough of it. Let me go buy it. Because now I put it in, I add it to the 532 fucking pies. Guess what? I'm going to make some cool pies with that fucking gene in it, you know? So I keep growing what I have to make it bigger and better. Because if you're going to just make pies and Orange Dream and Yellow Belly pies for the next 3 years, you're going to really wish you listened to me. And don't do that. You know, you need to elevate your fucking game all the time. Because you know what? When I elevate my game, I'm hitting that shit when I miss.
Right.
Aim for the stars, land on the moon. You know, some people don't even fucking want to leave the fucking earth. Don't complain that, you know, we're all flying around enjoying ourselves and doing well.
Yeah.
Don't complain because you didn't do nothing to put yourself to.
Exactly.
True.
Okay. Going back to this question, this is what he meant.
What did he mean?
Yeah, sorry. He meant a group facility with
Oh,
with
so yeah.
yeah.
So what I was going to do is I'm going to open up a big facility. We're buying another building. So we found one at 1.4 million that we're going to look at. But then we found another one that's bigger. It's 21,000 square feet. And what I think we're going to do, instead of buying a building and then having it made up where there's 4 different facilities, I think what we're doing is, this may not happen, but I pretty much it will. We're going to buy the building, renovate it the best, like, you know, like it's the last time I'm moving my collection ever. I know I said that on this fucking place, you know, and no, I'm next time I'm moving, but I think when I move, instead of having a facility with everyone's facility in it, myself, Austin, and someone else, we're going to merge our collections together. We're either going to stay Mutation Creation or with a whole new name. And, you know, my collection is probably worth 10 to 12 million, I would say, give or take. So if I was to put that in, I would liquidate some of it off to some of my other locations. I would basically, you know, put in a nice big chunk, probably own 50%. Austin would add his collection, which is probably over $1 million. And then the other person, we all merge. I'd own like 50, they'd own 30, Austin would own 20. And now it's one company, 3 heads, 3 brains, 3 thoughts. And the way it would work is 2 people veto. Like, you know, it's, you know, it needs 2 people to pass something, you know. So, you know, it's our business. You know, if I want to do something and the other 2 don't, I guess it's not going to happen, and vice versa. So, you know, we got to also think that all 3 of us going into business together, we all want the best thing for the company. And you know, Austin has his awesome talents and what he's able to put in. Same with myself, same with the other people. So just one big super, you know, massive, you know, 3 times the wealth, you know. So, you know, we can actually do some crazy stuff with it, but it'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Because right now, Austin's facility is in my facility. So his whole collection is in my facility. So he's got what, 500, 600 animals in my facility on top of my 2,000, 2,100. So we're already sort of combined anyways, and we're doing like 40 or 50 breedings together. So, you know, it's definitely something that it seems smarter, just everything under one roof. And, you know, that way, you know, I want to start traveling more and doing other things down the road. So that way, you know, everybody's there doing their thing and it's just growing. And it's not always, I got to rely on my own stuff. And, you know, I think it'll be a big step and a great step for Austin, you know. So, you know, once we merge, we're basically fucking, you know, pretty much set for life, you know. you know. But I mean, if the other two, like even Austin, if Austin doesn't want to merge, I mean, I know he's really excited about it because it'd be great. Because eventually, like, you know, he'd be running the whole show anyways. He pretty much does now, except for some key things. But I think doing that without me, I mean, he's going to be. I mean, like, I think, you know, if some of his stuff comes through this year, he'll do over $1 million this year himself without me. So, you know, I think that. You know, if he doesn't do it this year, it'll definitely be next year. So, but merging together, I think it'd be great because it's almost like we're doing now, and I just think it's the right thing, right? So instead of, you know, him work for me and have his collection and this and that, and all of us are already doing breeding loans. Why don't we just jam all the fucking shit together? Whatever's loose ends, just sell off, and now we have this fucking crazy stuff, like. You know,
Yeah.
So that's something that we're really looking at. But soon, that if that happens, we'll be acquiring a building within the next 6 to 12 months.
That'd be awesome.
So it is, and then once we get it and renovate it, it's probably a year or two down the road, but it's probably definitely going to happen. But I will definitely be moving Mutation Creation into my own building. That's definitely going to happen, whether I do it like that and everybody keeps their collections separately. But I think it's smarter for us just to join them all.
Mhm.
So
That's cool.
All right, last question, then we can let them go to bed.
Oh, okay.
the runaway snakes. Well, we ended up finding one. When we moved the incubators, it was dead inside the incubator at the bottom. So what happens, we had one snake loose, and it had to be an adult because it got in and it went to the incubator shelf once they hatch and they shed on their own. We pull them out of the incubator so we can check on them while they shed instead of opening up the incubator all the time. So we keep them on a shelf in the incubator room, which is about 85. I did it in the video. So instead of 89, they start shedding. We take them out so that they acclimate to 85. And then once they acclimate to 85, we put them in the tub. Oh, the ones left in the hole. Those ones.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you said runaway snake. Runway. I can't even.
Okay.
Fucking Billy. Jeez.
I was lost.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to that one. I'll answer that one quick. So I had one big snake get out. We still haven't found it. We did find it actually this week. Got out and it basically took one of the lids off of one of the tubs, and 4 animals got out. We found one. We found one that was alive. Got it back in. That was 3 months ago. So one we found like mummified, and there's still 2 that are mummified somewhere. So when snakes get out, they can do lots of damage. Like
Nice.
The runway snake. So most of them are in the breeding rack. Only one of them didn't make it, and it was doing fine. And then one day, just laying on its side, and that was unfortunately the pastel super lace yellow belly. That fucking one of my craziest looking ones. Yeah, just open it up, and I don't know, it could be anything, but that was probably last year, probably September, October. But all the other ones are pretty much in my breeding rack. I think I got 1 or 2 of them already gravid. The lace clown is already, she's being bred to, what did I breed her to? I changed the pairing. But yes, she's breeding. The pied head ultimels are breeding. So they've all done well, surprisingly. It's crazy. So
You're welcome, Sephora.
thank you, 121.
Thank you, John.
That's all we got.
That's all we had.
Awesome. Yeah,
That's
sorry
all
I
we
got off on a rant or two. Like that's just how
No.
We love it. We actually love it.
It's
It's
hard.
easy. Just ask one question, and Billy goes off for 20 minutes. Ask another one, 15. Why? Fuck, it's so
No,
simple.
that's why I think you just draw people in because you're passionate about it. You share the good, the ugly, and the life
Well, you
lessons.
got to. I mean, you know how many times I used to answer more questions before I had Patreon and before anything else when I started really doing a lot of YouTube videos and explaining stuff because people are like, I don't get it. You know, why won't you know, what am I doing wrong? I'm like, okay, what's wrong? Well, every time I go down, like I come home after work and, you know, they've pooped and they've shed. And, okay, what's the problem? Well, when other breeders open up their tubs, they don't have that. I'm like, well, because they kept that. Like, come on. It's like, you know what? I mean, if your animal's shedding and pooping, that's a good fucking sign, okay? You know, well, how come they never have cocoa in their water dish? And I'm like, man, because they pulled it out and cleaned it before they put it in. You know, cocoa in the water dish doesn't hurt. Even if it gets a little stained, it doesn't hurt. It's like, you know, they're drinking from shit in the wild, you know, like, come on now. It's just, you know, why can't this happen? Or what am I doing wrong? I had some eggs and some of these little things that look like orange golf balls. Well, they're slugs. Yeah, no one else has these things. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course they do. That happens to you? They're so surprised. I'm like, it happens to everybody. Nope. All these breeders on YouTube, none of this happens to them. I'm like, I got to start waking the fucking people up. Like, you know, half the shit that they show you is what they want to show you.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, this person never shows a slug, never shows a defect, never slows any mold on. Wow, man, wow, he's got the magic key to the kingdom. No, he's showing you what he wants. This is reality, guys. Look, here's a twin. One came out, oh, it didn't make it. It died, guys. Shit, you know, that's what will happen. You will have defective animals. Here's shark mouth. Oh, that never happens. And that fucking happens to everyone. You know what I mean? Like, just reality. Like, there's a lot of amazing and incredible things in this industry. But guess what? You also got to realize there's some shitty stuff. Here it is, guys. Even if I know what the fuck I'm doing, you know.
Yep.
So,
yeah. I love the puppy in the background too.
I know, he's just like
So cute.
that's Tico.
Oh, they're so
Love
cute.
it.
Yeah,
I love it.
but no, I appreciate you guys having me on, and
Thank you.
Yeah.
We loved it. We are
I
so
really,
grateful.
you know what? I really came on because I really wanted to thank you for leaving on Monday, because if not, I would probably have no subscribers or viewers.
Oh yeah.
So,
Right?
I want to thank you for fucking, you know, I'm so humbled to have you guys move to Saturday so I can have my Monday. I mean, fuck. You know, I was almost not coming back because I'm like, fuck, I can't compete. Angie squared, MC squared. Everyone will think, you know, A starts before MC anyways. I was fucking doomed. So I'm glad you guys.
What a fucking smart ass.
What they really want is two drunk Angie sitting up here with a guy in a wig.
Right?
That's entertainment, folks. Come on, man. Like, you know, you see why I was worried now, right? So I thank you guys for moving.
You know
Appreciate it.
what
Lots of
happened,
love.
Billy?
Hey, we're
You
all
know what happened? Phil Goss was supposed to be on the show,
Yeah.
and he wasn't returning our calls because he said he was going to do it, and then he wasn't returning our calls or answering our messages. And so Jeffrey, God bless his soul, he said, I'll do it. If I have to dress and drag, I'll do it. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't. He goes, swear to God. And I'm like, I spent all Sunday, and I called my sis and I go, look, I got a guest for the show, but I said, I can't tell you what we're doing, but just go along with me and just go with it. Okay. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, and I didn't even know what all he was going to do, but I spent all day Sunday with a white t-shirt drawing blue balls, because that's his company name or her company name.
Yeah.
We went to the store and bought Christmas bulbs because we couldn't find eggs, and we stuffed snakes down in it. We made rope snakes because we were cutting eggs.
Wow.
Aisles of Dollar Tree was
On the
where
aisle of the Dollar Tree where those snakes came from. Got him a wig.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah.
And while I put him backstage, he dug in my purse and took my Cardi B sunglasses.
Oh, wow.
He dug in all kinds of places. He got a dick straw and was down there sipping out of this dick straw in a beer thing. We brought him on, and I thought Angie's face said it all because she nearly died when he came on screen. And I was like, oh my God, it was so worth it.
Yep. Of course.
She was so surprised, and I was like, okay, it was worth the whole thing.
It definitely, yep. And then she paid a visit to Earl at Arlington and did some dancing.
Did a little lap
I saw that picture. Yeah.
Yes. OGC, she went to bed.
She's on vacation. She's not allowed to come out.
I know. But we thank you so much. This was
glad.
great. Love the information.
I love
always.
chatting, and it's just, I'm definitely not camera shy. I like talking. I like basically putting, I mean, people like, I really like people like, so many people reached out after the last one. It's like, hey, and I think they should because, even myself, there's stuff that I'm doing in my collection that I'm going through and rearranging because I have a collection that's so big doesn't mean I'm doing it perfectly either. I'm doing it pretty damn fucking good, but there's still some fat I should be cutting off and investing, selling off a little bit of that fat, selling 20 or 30 animals to invest in 3 better ones, I mean, so I know what I'm talking about and I do when I'm, where's the shirt?
So they made Juicy G a shirt. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, good luck with the show. I'm sure I'll tune in because I don't really do much on Saturdays anyway. So you'll see me popping in once in a while in the chat.
Oh, that'll be awesome. Yes.
We will absolutely love it. We so appreciate you coming on.
Yep.
And
yeah,
we'll keep doing what we're doing.
Please do.
And you've got an expo tomorrow though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll be there for like say 7. It starts at 10. So I like to go in, load everything up, be prepared like way ahead of time, get my food in and breakfast and stuff. So, from 10 to 4.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, here's the shirt.
Oh wow. Gee.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
there's the shirt.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me and
absolutely.
We'll talk again soon.
Yeah.
Angie, of course. Well, which one? Which one?
Angie.
Well, we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night for sure. We're gonna jump on. So
everyone have an awesome. Thanks for showing up. And we'll definitely hook me up down the road. It's just like Billy Part 2.
We will
later in the year. I'll have a lot of different things that'll be a lot newer and crazier. And I'm always learning new things, So
Miranda has started pairing some of the snakes that she got from you, so I know she's excited to talk about that.
What the hell's that?
Yeah, we don't have an ending.
We do not have an ending. So
There you go.
We say good night to everyone. And Billy, you are welcome here anytime you want to come back and join us.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night, everybody. We'll be right here doing what we love and loving what we do.
Look at that tagline.
Right?